Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Straturday night. It's John BL and the crew. Who's not yet arrived. Johnny's here, though. Paul's here.
So we're not the crew?
Oh, you're the crew.
We're not
I'm
the
just,
crew. We're just
the entire crew has not
schmucks.
yet arrived. We got and Caleb just chimed in on the chat. He's going to be here in 40 minutes. So let's see if we see Caleb on time.
Everybody try to stay awake.
That's right. If I don't bore you enough.
I'm talking to us. Hey, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
Yeah, look who's going to be annoying tonight.
You don't have that one, though.
I don't?
No.
I don't have that.
That's his own thing.
That's the John BL custom. I really think there should be a market for those little sound machines. You can, like a custom shop and all that,
Well, you could always go to
it's all done on a smartphone now. You can always just do it on a smartphone.
Yeah, those soundboards and stuff like that they have.
Yeah. But like those retro video games all come back, the little handheld ones and all that. Those are the LCD ones. Yeah, you had your Coleco
the
baseball
football,
or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Football. Those were the best, man. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
did you order that? Did you?
No, that was that's something that it was a gift from our friend Dan Zimmerman, who I guess got tired of hearing me.
Oh yeah.
Got tired of hearing me bitching about it, so he decided to get me one.
All right, let's tune it up. Tune it up here, Paul. We got to tune it up. See how.
Yeah, mine's weird. Dane was actually using mine when we were at dinner.
It's not so much fun when it's not you, is it?
Oh. Yours is getting worse, I think. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah. And hey, if you guys are brand new here, yeah, we have these things called sound machines.
And they're really fucking annoying.
Yeah. We all use them.
Yeah,
a lot of different sounds and stuff.
Super annoying.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad Dane got you that one, man. That's cool.
Yeah, he gives me this message. He goes, "Hey, I've got a gift for you." I'm like, "Oh, that was really nice of you to get me a gift, man. I've only sold 1 million guitars for you. No problem like that." I show up and he hands me this little Amazon envelope. I'm like, "Well, what the hell is this?" And he opens it up. I'm like, "Oh, this is a gift."
It's a gift that keeps on annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's not going to be at all annoying tonight.
Bye.
Bah.
Come out right. Bye.
Bah.
I wonder if they've got any new models for their sound machine. I haven't checked in about a year. Let's see.
By the way, Renus Pinko pointing out that he just listened to the entire Hot in the Shade album by Kiss. It is a load of dog shit. It's garbage. It's absolute poop. There's just nothing. There's nothing good about that record. Hi, buddy.
I've never heard it.
Yeah, trust me, you're not missing it, John. It's not worth. It's really not worth checking out. I got a little bit of an Ace issue right now. My dog has decided, hey man, you haven't been around today and yesterday.
No,
I went out on a motorcycle last night, and I have a fucking awful groin pull right now because you wrap your legs around a motorcycle.
Oh, no.
I guess I had my legs tied around the motorcycle and hit a bump or something and completely pulled my right groin. So I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I did that years ago, not on a motorcycle, but I used to ride a bike everywhere.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what that feels like because
Yep.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And it's everywhere. And what it's did you really? Yeah, it's the worst, and it will last, it will last months now. I mean, this is not going to be one of those things that's going to be
no. And what happens, I mean with me anyway, yeah, when I got hurt, that was 20 years ago.
Yep.
And if I walk a certain way or if I do something, there it is. It's back.
One of those injuries,
So you have to you got to be careful, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. That's why when you hear these guys in football, they're like, well, the guy has a groin. We'll see how long it's going to last. And you're like, well, it's not a tear. I wonder if that guy has a groin injury. His name could be Groin.
He might have played football in high school,
Well, he certainly has the helmet for it, yeah.
He had dreams and stuff.
Maybe his dreams were to play football.
He doesn't really look like a football player, but who knows?
By the way, and this is sort of a tease. I was supposed to send you guys the raw unedited interview, but we spoke with Michael Anthony yesterday on the radio program, and contrary to Caleb's request, we didn't get a chance to ask him what happened to Dreams and Stuff Kid. But that was one of the questions that Caleb.
I don't think he's even watched that.
No, he's and Michael, just so everybody knows, is doing well. He's the nicest guy in the world, and was promoting. The Circle has a new album called Lockdown 2020. They were doing those lockdown sessions like everybody else. They actually recorded an entire album that way. It's available digitally today, and it will be available as a CD or hard copy next Friday. So Michael called the show to plug it. And he called after our last break for the morning. So we said, rather than run over 10 o'clock, we'll just, we'll run it on Monday morning, the interview, but, super cool. We asked him the inevitable question about, what it would be like to deal with an Eddie potential tribute, because we have to ask him that question, even though we all know the answer to that. Our audience wants to know. They don't, not many of them are quite as geeky and nerdy as we are. He said one of the regrets that he had was not being able to make peace with Eddie, but then told us what a sweetheart of a guy he was, which I thought was kind of neat. We asked him, hey, tell us one story that nobody would really know. And he goes, well, I can't really tell you a story, but I can tell you he was the sweetest, most caring guy around. And he was very, very complimentary, because Michael Anthony never has said a bad word about anybody. Right. Except he did cop to the fact that Sammy won't let him sing vocals. So I'll send you guys the audio of it, and then if you guys are interested, if anybody in the chat is interested in hearing our interview with Michael Anthony, it'll be on Monday morning. You can just go to kslx.com and download the app and hear it there.
Cool.
And we'll probably upload the interview when we're done with it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. How long was the interview?
8 minutes. They gave us 8 minutes. I mean, it's one of those things where he's in a studio,
sure, yeah, and
they go from multiple. So it normally starts off with 10, but because everybody fucking runs late, because nobody can stay on time, and it's really aggravating to us because we're on the West Coast, so obviously they do a lot of the East Coast stations first.
Oh, right.
By the time they get to us, 2 or 3 stations have run 4 or 5 minutes over, so they end up cutting time from the last interviews. So we have to jam our shit in 8 minutes instead of 10 minutes. And 2 minutes is a big deal. That's one more question that he can't answer.
Right.
So he's but he was totally cool. It's interesting because my partner Mark couldn't bring himself to talk about. One of the questions he asked him was about the joint in the picture on Women and Children First, but he kept referring to it as a doobie. he goes, hey, did you ever get a chance to smoke that doobie? And I'm like, oh Jesus, Mark. Doobie. What is this?
The news desk did a whole story on that photo session.
Yeah, it's
the doobie.
Well, I'm not going to I'm not going to tell anybody right now the story behind that, but there is a story behind it. And the guys, the Straturday Night Live crew, will hear the audio before you will on Monday. But there is a story and an answer behind that, and it's not what you think. A mystery will be shattered.
Who Helmet? The guy, the photographer was Helmet something.
Helmet Newton.
Helmet Newton. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Helmut. Helmut Newton.
German. And I think, was that at Dave's father's house? I think they shot that.
I think so. Yeah. It was at Dr. Roth's.
Dr. Roth's place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's the thing, Austin. Nobody calls joints doobies anymore. That's the whole point. My partner it was super nerdy, the question, the way it came out. Doobie. It was super nerdy. Doobie.
Michael Anthony with the doobie on the right there or left. I don't know what you're looking at.
I think it's the right.
Or is it?
Or is it?
I could say what I think, but maybe we'll wait.
I remember a little bit of the news desk story, and I guess I won't reveal it. I won't reveal it if you want to.
Yeah. I don't know if I read it.
Let the people in the chat say, because they probably have already answered it.
Mark asked. Wayno asked. Did Mark ask if he got busted by the fuzz? Yes, the boys in blue. The boys in blue were rolling by.
The 5-0.
The boys in blue. The fuzz. Cheese it. The cops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A marijuana cigarette.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Yeah, looking forward to hearing that. It's always great to hear his
hear Mikey's soothing voice.
Super nice guy, just the nicest guy, and he was very friendly about everything. And we asked, I as a standard question I always ask whenever I'm interviewing anybody is, hey man, is there anything you don't want to talk about? Because the last thing you want to do is get into a topic or a section or a question that makes them uncomfortable, and they go, all right, this interview's over. So as a courtesy, I go, is there anything you don't want to talk about before we get into this? And he goes, no, but we should probably do this before I think of something. Like he was totally cool with it.
Yeah.
So good time, Michael Anthony. And I made sure to butter him up a little bit and tell him how great he was, because he is. He's one of the coolest dudes.
Yeah, my God.
Yeah, I've met him a billion times. I mean, mostly at NAMM.
Yeah,
but that's only for a couple seconds, But I've done several of these type of things with him over the years.
Right.
Go back on Johnny's channel. There's several Michael Anthony
snippets. Yeah, just search Michael Anthony on my channel here, and you'll find a bunch of stuff. And even Caleb got him at Guitar Center that one time.
Poop shirt.
Like a year. What was it? A year ago? Over a year ago.
That was like 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He knew that shirt because Caleb showed him that shirt, and then when I saw him at NAMM,
right,
it would have been the last NAMM, I guess.
2019.
Or no, it wasn't the last. Was it? I don't know. One of the last ones, I handed him the shirt, and he's like, I used to have one like this, and then he signed it,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of nice guys,
oh, look at that!
None of them there.
Oh God.
We got Charles Green, Joe Christian, Wayno, Thomas Santiago. I guess I got to read it with a little more, pizzazz, because stuff, a little more energy.
Why don't you give a little?
Jay wasn't impressed.
Why don't you put some dreams and stuff in there?
Yeah, Thomas Santiago and Music Therapy Laz and
Music Therapy Laz
Tom. James Gum was there.
James
Mike
Gum
Neese,
and stuff.
Mike Neese, Frank Corcoran, Michael Smith, David Ennis, and Stephen Franklin, and Dan Halen, Steve Carmichael. Dreams and stuff,
Steve Carmichael.
Thank you all, executive producers. Become a channel member and click the join button.
Yeah, it's right below the thumbs. I saw that. Somebody just put they made that 0 into a 1 and went back to a 0. Yeah, leave a thumbs up. We like to try to get at least 100 on each show. Yeah, but that'd be nice, and stuff.
Should we hide that or not? What do you think on the?
That's one of our dreams.
One of our friend
dreams and stuff.
Yeah, just leave that alone. Okay. Yeah, just don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
We see that.
It's funny, but we probably shouldn't show that. Where are we at?
Huh? We're at.
Venus saying there's some sort of error in the box. Oh, yeah, the error. That's.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that. It's brought to you by.
Isn't that
Am I wearing the
awesome?
same shirt? I'm wearing this. Is this the same?
Yeah. No.
It is sort of the same shirt. Yeah.
Not the same.
Do you have a blue one? Do you have a flannel that has?
I can't see. Probably. I've got all the different flannels. Got a bunch for Christmas, so yeah, styling with the flannel.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Man. So Jean-Pierre, what's up with that picture behind you?
Well,
You want to get into that, or do you want to wait
Absolutely.
for other people, or we can keep talking about it? You know?
Why not? Yeah. I think we've even over the last 24 hours, we've kind of discovered a lot about it, and Johnny kind of dug into the history of it, and
There's just so much nerd shit with this one.
it's great. It's great. There it is.
Did you see the post where they're talking about what that is in the
Did
back?
you see the broken string that Eddie had on this? It's the broken string, and no, it's not a broken string. Somebody said it could be I mean, there is all speculation on Facebook what it, and it's really irrelevant. You know, it's just kind of the focus is the guitar, because we've never seen him playing that guitar live. I think Tony was the one who said it was in Europe in '84. During the Monsters of Rock tour in '84.
Yeah, I think Tony was saying that.
The boogie. So Johnny discovered it's the Boogie Bodies. Yeah, there it is, and it's got the Van Halen on the headstock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you were saying he used that as a warm up guitar. You thought, for the most part,
yeah, because I mean, this picture here, this is from one of the Guitar Man, the Japanese books. Right. But there is a picture of him. Actually, I've got it now on my phone because somebody sent it or somebody posted it.
Sorry,
the only
Paul, you can take a break.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'll just go. I might even go take the dogs out.
Yeah, go for it.
Go grab a Pepsi.
I could do that.
Yeah, no, this is just. I don't care, man. You don't block me out. I don't give a shit. I mean, this to me is cool. It's cool, but
I got more important things to do. This is the least important thing in my day.
You guys will go through. You guys are going to go through this thing like it's the fucking Zapruder film.
Absolutely.
It's a guitar. Eddie holds lots of guitars. It's a plain single humbucker.
All right,
Boogie Bodies guitar with a fucking rosewood neck.
Go take care of your dog.
It's a guitar.
It looks like ebony to me.
Whatever. Who gives a shit?
And did he have a little angry tonight?
No. It's a guitar. We've all seen guitars. It's his guitar. Congratulations.
It's always cool to see a new photo of Ed.
Yeah,
I know.
To see a picture of him playing a guitar that you never see live, that's to a lot of us, that's amazing, right, Jay?
I get it. No, I get it. It's fine.
And cool. So that's the only picture I'd ever seen of him with it, is like tuning it like backstage. And
I think he only wore the Los Angeles shirt in Europe. The rest of the tour in '84, he wore the the checkered shirt or the dice shirt, something like that. Anyway,
oh, that's you. If you say so. We trust
and then the
you,
leopard pants too. I think, or whatever that is. Is that leopard pants or tiger pants? He had the jeans with the patches on them for the most part in North America.
Hey, what does it say on the back of that? Can you make out the letters? Look at that.
Oh yeah, somebody wrote on the
figure
back.
that out. Yeah.
We need to change the contrast and the brightness and all that stuff.
How do you reverse? Can you reverse a picture on an iPhone?
Is it a card? It looks like a card.
I know, right? Like a trading card.
Well, I think somebody wrote. Definitely somebody wrote in cursive on the back, and it looked like there was maybe 1984, and then something that came before it. I don't know.
You know who could fix this? Caleb. Caleb will search it out. He'll do a handwriting analysis.
They've already said it in the chat,
but that's not for 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
He'll have a complete analysis of the handwriting. He'll track the guy down. He'll geolocate his house.
It could say what city it was where the photo was taken. You know.
Can you reverse? Can you flip an image on an iPhone?
Just go into edit the photo,
He's in there, I'm sure.
Mirror. It's like a mirror. I think it's called mirroring.
I'm in there. There's a mirror. I don't.
There might not.
Anybody know?
I'm sure there is, but let me see. Maybe not. Possibly.
Oh, dude! All you gotta do is hold it up to a mirror. That's all you gotta do.
Well,
but then we can't see it.
The easy way.
That's all. Okay, yeah. Let me do that. All you got to do is hold it up to something, like another. I've got the David Dennis phone sitting right here.
There you go.
All I got to do is this, and I can read it. Oh, but it's too dark. Crap. Yeah, I can't. It's too dark.
Let me see. Just hold it up to the StreamYard screen.
Actually, here's what you do. No, I can do it. I can do it. I just realized. Watch this. Watch this. Wait, camera. Wait a minute. No.
I told you guys were going to go over it like it was a fucking supporter film.
Yeah, I want to say hi to my cousin Mike, who's watching from Maryland right now.
Hey, Mike.
Doing? What are you doing up?
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Yeah, all you gotta do is flip the screen.
Just put it on.
How do you do that?
Where it was, and I'll put it back up where it was.
Well, Johnny, put it up to the this, and then you'll be able to see your screen and read it.
I'm not backwards. That's the thing. Are you backwards when you look at yourself on there?
No,
I think so.
Oh yeah,
yeah. If you put it up on the screen, like you just had it up,
mine's flipped, and so I can actually. everything's normal.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
To me, everything's normal.
No, just put it back on the StreamYard screen, like you just had it up.
I can't believe we're actually doing this.
I know.
Wow, we got 3 hours.
I
told you.
3 hours to
There
go.
you go. All right, let's see what I can.
What can
No,
you?
it isn't.
Somebody in the chat probably already did it. What does that say, you guys? And welcome everybody.
Next level nerd shit.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Ovaltine? A crummy commercial? Son of a bitch.
It says there's like 2 lines of writing if you really look at it.
All right, let me see if I can reverse this.
There's a top, and then there's more right above their heads. There's writing.
What guitar is this?
It probably says what guitar that is. What I'd like to know is what song are they playing? Because something that nobody has pointed out is this guitar has 23 frets.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Where is it?
Boing.
No.
So what's
there? It is. 23 fret guitar.
How?
That one's so nasty.
What's nasty?
Oh, that's nasty.
I can't believe he's playing a 23 fret guitar.
All right,
what a piece of shit.
Where's the mirror definition?
I mean, what would be the point of a 23 fret? I mean, you can get higher.
Well,
I mean, you can bend.
Well, what's the point of a 24 fret?
What do you mean? What's the point?
That's right.
What's the point of a 22 fret?
I forgot there was 24 frets guitars.
It's one more. There are 32 fret guitars. Ibanez makes a 32 fret guitar.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Comparison,
it's hideous looking.
27 fret, I think, but it's like the fretboard gets like it goes like that on a diagonal up here.
Have you ever seen the Ibanez one? It's cut. The
all right, Johnny.
The bottom cutaway is like 9 inches in.
Ooh, you measured it, huh?
No,
yeah, that's 9 inches in.
I know what 9 inches is.
I measured it. I had to measure it 3 times.
It's amazing how 9 inches becomes 3.5 inches with no heat.
Well, just say you don't. Well, I'm not going to say it. No.
Yeah,
so what, John?
I'll send you the. I flipped it and I enhanced it.
Enhance.
All right.
Enhance.
You sent it to the. Huh?
Hold on. I'm sending it now.
Is that you?
No.
Somebody. Oh wait, somebody did it. Somebody just sent it to me.
Okay. I'm sure that they probably already answered it in the chat.
Somebody thank you. Somebody. Okay, I'm gonna here. Where's me?
Did anybody actually translate it?
There's several words on it. It's not just the 2 words on the bottom. It looks something Peter. Dave Peter
North.
Peter North.
Here, I'll mess with the
Dave Peter North.
The hue.
It's Fruitcake Tony says it's early in the show.
Dave's Peter doesn't look good next to this zebra stripe pants.
Yeah, Ed's hair isn't sweating yet, so it's Dave's still got that panda hoodie on. So it's early.
So this is love. It's early in the set. That's the only time during that period of the band's history, early in the set, where Dave would go over right next to Dave, and they would be, next to Eddie, and they would be sort of that close, and Eddie's probably noodling at the beginning of "So This Is Love."
This was one of the last concerts they ever played together until,
I'll tell you right here.
This is a real practice guitar right here.
That's what I was thinking. It could be a sound check, but then like Tony said, they get their shirts off, so it's
whoa. So it's more than a sound check.
It's more than just a sound check.
I'm messing with all the different.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because it's a picture of a picture, because you can see like the flash at the top of the thing.
I think that's might be somebody's name.
Could be.
Yes.
It's like somebody wrote their name on the back. Like maybe whoever took the picture wrote their name on it.
Maybe.
That's it right there.
Johnny Beane.
Somebody in the chat has to figure it out.
It's because of that flash or that light. If that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Who's got the original? Let's get a good clear scan of the original and the back.
Rena's, come on.
Is that the same? Is that the same mustache we were talking about?
Mustache.
It is, isn't it?
Yuck.
Mustache. Hey, it's I took this photograph. Long time ago. I was taking this photograph. I was hoping maybe that my failed '90s band would be able to open for them at some point.
Oh my god! So I don't know. Maybe somebody. I mean, us doing this. Somebody's gonna do this, and somebody's gonna figure it out. So
we gotta find who posted it first on.
Let us know
wherever, Instagram or Facebook.
Where did you get it?
I got it from
the black.
I think it was the 78 to 78 to 2020.
I got it from the dark web.
Or whatever, 74 to 2020.
The dark web.
You got it from my Facebook group.
Yes.
I have a hard drive filled up with stuff from the dark web.
Gosh.
You'd be surprised what you can find on the dark web.
Rory B. Bellows.
That's my login name, Rory B. Bellows.
On the dark web, yeah.
On the dark web.
Woo!
Oh boy.
So what else is going
on?
We've exhausted that topic, I guess. Or I mean, there's still speculation.
Or have we?
Yeah, I mean,
no,
we
haven't. If you,
I'm sure when Caleb gets here, we'll go over it in depth even more.
I have no doubt.
Yeah, Harry Evans, definitely, man. Definitely send me a message, man. And good to see you too, man. Long time viewer here, Harry Evans, for years and years.
As opposed to Harry Paratestes.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, of course. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Evans is his middle name, Paul. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. Craven Soda asked if I can do the voice of Pennywise the Clown. I've never seen the movie, so I don't know.
I never saw it either.
No, I never saw it either. Never read the book. Never saw it.
Yep.
Book was
even the made-for-TV movie and the new one.
Nope. Probably the old one. The what's his name?
There was
Tim Conway.
Tim
Conway.
It's not Conway.
Tim Conway.
Gambio.
Tim
Dorf on Murder.
The dude that's the
Tim Curry.
You've been mistaken.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, yeah, from Home Alone 2.
I know him. I know him. I mean, Rocky Horror Picture Show is where everybody knows him from, but I knew him. I knew him from Annie. I knew him from the movie Annie. You know.
I love you, Mo. Down at the Kimpy.
No, Rico B. I've never seen it. No.
Mo is almost.
Mo and fucking Krusty are the same guy, so it's easy.
Yeah. Hey, Harry.
Hank Azaria, right?
I got the chat up on the wrong. The wrong window. Let me do a pop-out chat and drag it down here.
Oh, speaking of that, did we do a pop-out participants?
Oh yeah. We got 90 cats in here watching just on YouTube alone.
Cats.
What do we got? What's going on?
Yeah, so we got 6 extras on Facebook.
Say hi in the chat.
By the way, we got Facebook stars for our Facebook viewers. There should be instructions actually right there. Thank you.
A firework or something.
Getting cold up in this piece. Damn.
Wow.
30 degrees outside, I think, tonight. 30. Oh, it's 37 right now. That's not too bad.
Well, let's say hi to some of the participants. I got Austin Lafond.
He's got his glasses on. He's still reading stuff.
Bent Tom, Cobra Kai Platoon, Dave, E Flat 916, Fruitcake Tony, Harry Evans, JJ's House of Jams, Johnny B Guitars, Johnny Beane, Johnny Heartbreaker, Joke Riddler, Craven Soda, Kurt 5150, KXM Rock, Lenny Lou, Mary too, I'm sure.
Hey.
Mike Huck, Nelson Rodriguez.
What was that?
It's like Hudson Hawk. It's his brother, Mike Hawk.
Oh, I thought you said Night, or never mind.
Nightbot, Randy Price, Renus Pinkle, Rico B, Sandra Picorni, Steve Carmichael.
Hey, Steve, hey man.
Terry Himes,
Thanks,
Tabinaman, Vista Light, 1972, Zach Thong, and others. Say hi in the chat, please.
Hi in the chat.
Welcome,
please.
welcome. I sound like a robot or something. Welcome. Danger. Johnny Bean.
Hey, man. Yeah, welcome. Welcome.
My eyes are getting bad.
Oh.
My eyes are not so good anymore. I need
my eyes and my glasses don't even work anymore.
bastard.
No, it's that I don't want to wear them because my eyes are getting worse. And it's like I feel like they're getting worse because I'm wearing glasses. But
so you got to get a new prescription.
It's not even prescription. These are like the cheaters. So.
Oh my! You would just get the ones at like Walgreens, at the convenience store, sitting on.
And
the
they
rack.
work well. It's just the what do you call it? The nearsight. I can't see.
They're like magnifying glasses.
Yeah, it's so much better, but I try not to wear them.
So you don't wear real glasses?
No.
Like, actually, these are computer glasses. So these are only for like seeing this.
Yeah,
although,
it's probably the same idea. Yeah.
Although when I'm inside the house, I wear them all the time anyway. So it doesn't matter if like it's blurry over there. I don't care.
But you don't have prescription?
You looks
No,
like you
I
have
do.
eyeshadow on right now.
Yeah, because it has the
makes your eyes look smaller.
It has the what do you call it?
Anti-glare.
The anti-glare or whatever it is, and so it has like a purple, like.
I have an anti-glare too. Her name is Anti-Glare. She smells like cottage cheese.
Oh.
Oh, what was that? That wasn't here.
Dollarama glasses.
They are, I think.
Dollarama.
I don't remember. I got them at CVS or something.
I got these at the Buckaroo.
I get mine. I get
They work. They actually.
I get
work
the
really
like
well.
I go to Walgreens when they do buy one get two sets like free.
Buy one get one.
Is this what we're coming to? We're talking about our glasses.
Buy one lens, get one lens free.
These things are
Put your
great.
glasses on.
These are. I only use these when I have to read commercials because
It's just fine print or not even fine print anymore.
John's complaining about them. And then he's like, they work.
I'm not complaining about them. I'm just saying that I think they make my eyes weaker. The more I use them, the worse my eyes get without them. So.
Don't use them.
Yeah,
but they work really well. They work really well. Though.
You said you were just complaining that they didn't work very well.
You said every time you take them off, you can't see anything.
Well. Right, because I'm getting it's like a crutch. You know, you're getting used to wearing the glasses, so I don't want to always wear glasses. So I try to wear them as infrequently as possible. But when the more I wear them, the weaker my eyes get. Am I being unclear here? I don't know.
No, we get you.
Okay.
Get LASIK.
Wow.
Aren't some people?
It hasn't come to that. I've never, man.
I would never.
They're like regressing, right? Going back.
I would never do that. I know people that have done that.
What, LASIK? No fucking way.
I know people that have done that, and what they've told me after it's done for like a month or something, you can't even do anything because your eyes feel like sandpaper.
Oh,
like all the time, every time you blink, it's like feels like you're getting cut or something as it's healing.
But it's like breast implants. You have to have it done again.
Well, probably. Yeah.
You mean on the next wife?
No. You have to do them. You have to. I guess LASIK is one of those things. It's like cataracts. You can get them worked on, but then again, they get the next level gets cloudy, and the next level, and it's constant. Like Mohs surgery. You know what Mohs surgery is? When they cut off
Mohs Tavern,
Mohs surgery.
Mohs surgery is how they take off like cancerous moles. They slice it like a cheese slicer, you know,
like
tiny little pieces.
I had that done. I had
like
that done to one of mine.
Kramer and
it came back. Yeah.
That's what Kramer wanted to do to George's boss. Because he had a mole on his back and he wanted to take his slicer and
Mohs surgery. Yeah, it's MOHS.
Somebody remembers that.
I remember that one.
By the way, I'm the only one holding a strat on Straturday Night Live. So there you go. This was
he photoshopped himself out of that picture.
Yeah, airbrushed. Back then, it was airbrushed.
Was the episode called The Mole, or probably
it could have been? Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's got a telestrator.
Finally, an actual Straturday night that makes sense.
Yeah. This was Chris. If anybody knows who Chris Hyatt is a Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan impersonator. So this was Chris Hyatt's Hendrix Strat. It's got the nice little Hendrix. You can't really see it that well, but the hologram. See the neck plate? It's the Hendrix.
Oh yeah,
hologram. Yeah, and it's got
great. Johnny.
Who's hit? What was that? Hit the high E again.
Wow, that buzz is nice.
Who's that sharp?
That's Johnny.
Well, yeah,
Johnny's
that sounds
awesome over there.
Oh my god, that sounds like a slide guitar. Banner.
Johnny's playing the wrong neck on that thing.
Johnny's playing skeleton key. Any note fits.
Wow.
That is awful.
What's up with that fretboard? Is that label of the whole fretboard?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Look at that.
Yeah. Those are decals I got years and years. Well, I'll just say 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
And they've been on this neck ever since.
Is that the first guitar you ever owned?
The neck is.
It's a great looking neck.
The body isn't.
Let me guess. That neck looks like it came off a Fender Bullet. Is that true?
Yes.
Fender Bullet neck. Look at that.
I've got the body laying down over there. I'll show you the body too.
Yeah, the body.
I got the body laying down.
I got the body. It's right over here.
The Fender Bullet body. It's not quite a telly body. It's almost a telly, but it's not a telly.
It's a bullet caster.
It's awful.
Well, it's not really. It's like a skinny, smaller Strat.
It's a terrible fucking guitar, is what it is.
Oh, that's my first guitar.
Yes, everybody's first guitar sucks. Just like everybody's first car sucks.
Johnny, what's the scale length on that? Is that a full scale neck? Because I know some of those bullets and some of those Mustang.
It has 21 frets.
Yeah, but the scale length, the measure from, I don't know how to tell scale length,
Probably
but I know it's the measurement from the nut to the 12th fret. I'm guessing as long as you can tune it up and it stays in tune, then it's.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
but the action's terrible, man.
Yeah,
the action.
Yeah, it looks like a full size.
So bad. I would like to get this thing going again. Or I was saying this. I don't know who I was saying this to, but I actually want to put this back on the original body and get that guitar original again.
You have the bullet body?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll show it to you.
John Biel. Nut to the 12th fret.
What? Well, how do you?
I thought it was nut to bridge.
No. Well, I guess maybe you can do it that. That should be exactly.
Well, isn't 25.5 inches like?
Yeah, nut to bridge.
Okay.
Nut to the 12th fret.
Well, whatever. I don't know. That's why I said I thought that it might be that.
Can I get an A?
Yeah, nut to the 12th fret should be exactly center. Exactly.
Well, that's your intonation, yeah.
Yeah, that's center.
Well, it should be half of the scale length. Not that you want to do it all the way to the bridge, but it would still be half of the scale length.
Well, that sounds like ass.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awful.
You want E?
And that's not like Lita Ford ass. That's like ass. That's like the chick from.
Well, don't trust this thing because this thing stays in tune like my $100 Harmony guitar that I had when I was 15.
What did you want? What are you looking for? E?
Hey, speaking of Harmony, there's actually a Harmony ad.
E Harmony.
No, there's a Harmony ad in this. I'll get to this magazine later, but my first guitar was Harmony.
Johnny about to snap across his face.
Yeah,
I detuned the entire guitar just to mess around, and now I can't. I'm wearing these are canceling headphones, so I can't even hear what I'm doing. That's the problem.
This is what else.
Oh, look at that! Why am I tuning? I don't need to tune.
I don't need to tune.
I don't need to tune.
I've got an iPad there, so I can't throw it.
I don't need no stinking tuner.
I just got a text message from Jeannie, who must have just woken up.
Hi, Jeannie.
And said, "Wow, there's actually guitars on this show."
Yeah.
I decided one Straturday night. I own 2 Strats, and this is the only one I have out. So,
hey, help me pick the last note in the chat. Ready? Wait. No, wait. Wait, what is it?
That's such a guitarist thing. I just realized that. Like,
wait. Yeah, that's the last part. Ready? Either that note or
first one
doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, probably the first one, right?
First one, yeah. The descending note sounds better. Yeah,
that one sounds good.
It sounds better.
David Allen Wright, you saw this picture, right? David Allen Wright, you saw this, didn't you? That one? Yeah, David Allen Wright. He likes to geek out over this stuff too. So, and by the way, David Allen Wright, have you seen this guy? We're trying to find him.
Have you seen this boy?
yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah, that's better. The slide up too. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's better. This guitar is fun as shit to play, man. That's what you had one that stayed in tune.
What?
Which one is that? Is that
that's your newest one, right?
Yeah, this thing is in tune to save its life.
He's just waiting for the replacement.
Yeah, all I have to do is move this bar, and it's
Yeah.
It's like a what's that one that Dane was showing us? The Kolos. Those things there, anything the trim on those things, if you touch them, actually, because it's a carbon fiber neck, if you put it under stage lights for more than 10 minutes, it goes out of tune.
Well, I saw there. I think it was it Philip McKnight
Yeah.
did a thing on.
Took a hair dryer and put a hair dryer against it, and the fucking thing went out of tune.
Oh my god!
It's just they made the carbon fiber the wrong way. I think they were saying, like, instead of wrapping it, they kind of like they did some technique that didn't really work under heat and whatever. It will mess.
Are you saying the Chinese might not be the most proficient?
I'm not saying that
manufacturers at all.
I did not say that.
I just got a text saying to ask John Biel to bust out his self-portrait watercolor paintings. Do you have those?
Who said that?
I don't know. Somebody just sent me a text.
Self watercolor paintings or whatever.
I have. I don't know what they're
you do
referring
self-portraits?
to. I don't know what they're referring to, but no, it was not a self-portrait. My aunt is an artist, and she painted me years ago. I don't know if that.
Oh, yeah, maybe they're talking about that because you showed us that one time, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if I still have them even.
Oh, you still have it.
Okay.
Yes, you do. You have it somewhere.
I'll find it. Ay, ay, ay.
Break it out.
Anyway, amongst all the other stupid photos. Oh, here we go. I do have it. They look terrible. It's like, but it is I mean, this guy is a very well-known local artist.
Wait, sorry.
What are you trying to do?
David outright wanted to see these pictures. Okay.
I look like a kind of a beast or something.
You look like one of the brain. You look like the.
But
brain
I mean, the guy really,
the
he really did it. It took him less than an hour. This took him less than an hour. To do.
I have dreams of a full head of hair and stuff.
I think it's pretty good for less than an hour. That it was, and then there's a couple of them.
More badass in that picture, man.
And there's another one. That was my aunt did that one.
That one's better than the first one. That one looks more like you.
It looks more like you, but the other one's more badass.
Yeah.
Looks like a soldier.
This one looks
The other one,
Yeah, that one there looks like you might be a terrorist.
Oh,
I was gonna say that looks like John Biel's prison.
I do look. Yeah, I do. Look kind of
hey, look, I'm the one of us that got fucking detained to be Oklahoma bombing suspect number 2. So,
who texted you, Johnny?
That's a true story.
I don't know.
What's the phone number?
When you send me a text, put your name in there.
I don't know who could be wanting to see those pictures, or if that's what they wanted to see. I mean,
so you guys remember that, right? You remember that
paintings of me.
You remember that sketch, right? The police sketch of bombing suspect number 2 from the Oklahoma bombing.
That was you?
I got questioned for it. True story. 1994. I'm at the Registry of Motor Vehicles on Nashua Street in downtown Boston, and I'm wearing a hat. And if you look at the picture, if you Google Oklahoma bombing suspect number 2, the sketch.
I'm not Googling
pull it up.
that.
Go ahead. No. You just Google the sketch. I got pulled up, literally like the Men in Black. Three guys in suits. 3 guys in suits pulled me into a room with just a desk and a phone, asked me to roll up my sleeves. They wanted to check out tattoos. They wanted to see what was going on. They never told me what it was about.
Well, I got this Def Leppard tattoo here in 87. And then Scorpions, bro. Scorpions, people.
It sucked. They asked me what I was, where I was on the date of, I was like April 4th, 1994. I'm like, I was at home in Winchester, Massachusetts, watching the Oklahoma
Fieldville.
watching it on CNN like everyone else.
I don't know, Paul. I mean, can I show it, Johnny, or should I?
Yeah,
not
it's bombing suspect number 2. If I have to get a baseball hat, I will.
This guy?
No. The sketch. No, the sketch. Not McVeigh.
It says Oklahoma bomber. I don't know.
No, bombing suspect number 2. Terry Nichols.
That's different.
All right, you can't trust.
Yeah, that is you.
Yeah,
Holy
that is you.
Oh my god!
Wait, I've got a picture of you too.
Yeah, I know.
Or it's Borgnine.
It's either me or Ernest Borgnine. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead, isolate if you need to.
That is funny. Wow.
Yeah, you should have got pulled over.
I did.
You should have.
I did.
Because they just saw you driving by and they're like,
no. I was in the registry of motor vehicles, getting like paying off like a fucking parking ticket or some shit, getting my license renewed, whatever it was.
So you were already a deadbeat.
And I was in the line, and these three guys literally come up to me in suits and go, "Excuse me, can we speak with you, please?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Can we see some identification?" I'm like, "Well, I'm about to get it." "Yes, that's about. Can you follow us, please?" And I got pulled into a fucking room and asked where I was and questioned. And
That's where I'd hang out.
They took my picture. They took my picture and they made me roll up my sleeves, and they were looking for tattoos and all kinds of stupid shit. It sucked. And then they said,
when did they tell you what it was for? Like when you were done, when they said,
they said, you can go. I said, well, you guys want to tell me what it's for? I said, we're just looking for suspects involving Oklahoma. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He said, can you tell us where you were? I go, yeah, I was fucking I was at if you need to know where I was at the Parkview apartment building in Winchester, Massachusetts on the 5th floor. And you can check my lease. And like, I gave them all, I was fucking scared. It's like, holy shit. Sucked.
Yeah. What if you
when I tell people that story, they goes, bullshit. I go, go ahead, Google Oklahoma bombing suspect number 2. And then you tell me why I was fucking asked, why I was questioned.
I'm surprised they let you go. Damn. Yo, pull up a picture of who it actually was, and what if it doesn't look like that at all?
I don't know. It's not. Is it Terry Nichols? Is that the guy's name?
Sounds like
sounds familiar. I don't know if that was the same.
The first guy was Tim McVeigh, and then Terry Nichols, I think, is the second guy's name.
I was the second gunman on the grassy knoll.
Yeah, no, but I was questioned to be the second. I was questioned as the second fucking Oklahoma bombing suspect. That sucked. But let's think about it this way. If I were a guy that just blown up a fucking federal building in Oklahoma, right? Would I show up at a state registry of motor vehicles in Massachusetts, the DMV, to get my license renewed?
Dude, you beyond fit that description.
I know.
Like they probably changed that drawing to a real picture of you after you left the room. This looks more like him, man. You got
it sucked. It sucked. I went home and told at the time it was my girlfriend. I was like, you gotta see what just happened. She goes, what? I go, have you seen the picture of the Oklahoma bombing suspect? She goes, oh my God, that's you. I go, no, it's not.
That was the last time you saw her.
It's you.
It was fucking miserable.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
No, it's not. It's not fun. It's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time. It's because you never realize that the men in black are actually real, and they're everywhere. Like they came out of fucking nowhere, and I was in a room that came out of nowhere. I was like, holy shit!
Were they plain clothes?
And it was they were in suits. They were like business suits. And it was just like I got that feeling like George Clooney in Ocean's 11 when he sits down and he looks around. There's no cameras. He's like, oh, no cameras in here. You know, anybody's seeing what goes on in here.
I saw that movie. I saw that one. Yeah. Wow. So, did they ever catch that guy?
Oh yeah, they got him.
Good.
But I don't think he looks like that. I don't think he ended up looking like that. But that was the sketch the FBI was circulating at the time. The FBI and the ATF was circulating that sketch. So of course, anybody that looked like that.
So this is still cracking me up. But wait, when did you actually see the picture, the sketch?
I didn't see it until after the fact.
Oh, because I was going to say, imagine when you walked in there, if they told you what it was for and they showed you the sketch, you would have probably thought, I'm going to fucking jail.
Yeah. No, they were like
me.
They were like, you can go now. I go, I can go for what? They said, never mind. And then they just wouldn't tell me at the time. And then that night on the news, I saw it. I was like, oh, you got to be shit.
They're coming back.
So how many other thousands of people across the country were police pulling over that looked like? I mean, there was.
I have to assume.
Presumably, you weren't the only one.
No, absolutely not. No. And by the way, if I were them and I saw me walking into a fucking federal building, if I were them and I saw me walking into a federal building and that was the sketch the sketch that they had to go for, I would have fucking questioned me too.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I'd love to tell you I don't look like that guy, I look like that guy in that sketch. I mean, I can't deny the Ernest Borgnine one. That one I'm sort of proud of. But this one here, I was like, holy shit.
Somebody saw you and wanted to get back at you for something.
And I'm sure they kept tabs on you for a little bit too, just in case.
Yeah. You know? They may have. I mean, they certainly ran. They have my fingerprints anyway because I have a gun license. So when I gave them my name, and I had to give them my social security number, and they have all that shit at the DMV anyway, because back then the Massachusetts driver's license, your driver's license number was your social security number.
Ooh,
it was before.
Now Bill's like, oh crap.
That was in New Hampshire too. In New Hampshire, that was the same thing when I got my first license. That's what it was.
How does that?
Yeah, it was your social security number. So you had to actually. There was, I don't know when it happened. It happened sometime in the 90s, I think, where you had to check off a box to have a random number assigned to you as your driver's license number. But yeah, it was your social security number was your driver's license number at one point. So they had it on file. They had my fingerprints on file. I mean, as soon as I gave them my social security number and they realized I had a gun license, they could trace everything I've done.
He has a gun.
Well, that's the thing.
Desktop.
They patted me down because you can't have a gun in a federal building, and the Massachusetts and the Department of Motor Vehicles is technically a federal building.
Do you ever carry a gun? You have guns, but you don't ever carry them, right?
Yes, I'm licensed to carry. I carry all the time.
Oh, so you weren't carrying then?
No, because I follow the law.
Carry
into a federal building. So yeah.
Yes, because I follow the law. The law is you can't. So you lock your gun somewhere, you know. Or some buildings actually will have lockers for you you can check your gun, kind of like old school.
And then if you cross state lines, you got to look up that state's laws for like if you get pulled over or like it has to be in the trunk, taken apart. Yeah. Other ones locked in the glove box.
Unless you've got reciprocity. There's certain states have reciprocity. They're trying to go for national reciprocity for that now. And I actually happen to live in one of the few states in America where you actually don't need a gun license to carry a gun. Arizona and Nevada.
New Hampshire's the same. I think New Hampshire's the same, or at least it used to be.
Arizona and Nevada, you don't need to carry concealed. You don't need a license at all.
Oh, to carry a concealed, that's different down here. I think to own one or to get one, you don't need it, but they have to run your like the FBI has to approve it or something. Mm-hmm. Like your information goes to the FBI and then they call back or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I forget if it's one of the states around here. It's like if you go into that state and get pulled over, like you have to I think one of it is you have to put it on the passenger seat or something, or in the glove box with it open and telling them, hey, blah, blah, blah. You always got to tell them.
As a rule of thumb, you don't have to. You don't have to identify if you carry a gun. What you do as a rule of thumb, this is how we were taught when you go over get your concealed carry. If you get pulled over, keep your hands at 10 and 2 on the wheel.
Get out real quick and say, hey, I have a gun.
Wave it in front of everyone.
Keep your hands right here. And you explain. Now, first of all, they pretty much know you have a gun license. In Arizona, they do, because it's all regulated by the Department of Public Safety here, which is also the people that deal with the DMV. So as soon as they run your plate and they know it's your car, they know you're a licensed gun owner or that you're licensed to carry. So you keep your hands, clear. And when the officer rolls up, if you've got a gun on you, you tell them, hey, officer, just so you know, I am licensed to carry and I am carrying right now. How would you like me to proceed? And normally they'll tell you,
handle this like men.
And normally they'll tell you, put your hands. That's not true, Stephen Franklin. You do not need a license to carry concealed. You do not need a license to carry concealed in Arizona.
Oh, Stephen Franklin, let's get him on. Let's have a toe to toe.
Go ahead. No, go ahead and look it up. But what they'll tell you to is they'll tell you to put your hands out the window, and they'll cuff you if they're in the mood. They'll cuff you, take you out of the car, ask you where the gun is, retrieve the gun, unload it if it's loaded, retrieve the gun, and they'll ask you to sit on the curb while they run all your background check to make sure you have no felonies or any of that shit like that. And then they'll give you your gun back. And usually in that situation, you can get out of any ticket that you're in if you identify yourself as licensed to carry and carrying. The cop will be, and they'll come to you and say, thank you for being cooperative. Thank you for notifying me, because you don't have to. You're not legally obligated to notify that you're carrying. But when you do that, it puts everybody at ease, because the last thing a cop wants to do is come up to your window and see you there, knowing that you're licensed to carry, and he sees the gun or the bulge, and you reach for your glove box to grab your registration and shit like that. Miscommunication happens and people get fucking shot.
We've heard about that on the news where that's happened to people.
Yeah. So it's the best thing to do is you don't have to, but you should.
So when you get pulled over, just don't reach for your bulge. That's what you're saying.
That's what you should. Yeah. Never reach for the bulge.
Oh, throw it out the passenger window.
Or if you learn
Get out of
anything,
the car and run. It's in my pants and it's cocked and loaded, officer.
Oh gosh. Aren't you that guy in that drawing?
I can't get to it right now.
Yeah. Hey, aren't you the guy in the... That's what I do. Randy Price says, I always hand the officer my license and my gun license at the same time, which is usually what I do. Also, I have a second or a third gun license from separate states that I keep in my wallet so that the cop knows that I've had my gun license for a prolonged period of time, because the longer you've had your gun license, the more at ease the cop usually gets.
You know what I do?
The less crazy you might be.
You know what I do? I hand the gun to the passenger. As soon as the cop is about to walk up to the window and said, "Officer, he has a gun." He's
he's hijacking this car right now.
You put you throw the weed and everything into his lap, and you're like this guy.
Here's the shit part. The shit part is, even though now recreational weed is legal in the state of Arizona, I can't use it. You have to make a choice, because you can't be under the influence of any alcohol or drugs at all if you carry a gun.
You can still own one in your house, though.
Yes, but you can't carry it. You can't carry it. You can't have a gun license. You can't have a license. If you get drug tested and you have a gun license and drugs show up in your system, THC shows up in your system, you can be charged.
Wow. Was it like criminal negligence or something?
Yep.
Wow.
Operating under the influence. Possession under the influence.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we joke about it, but owning a gun is not a fucking joke.
No, it's not.
Rather than go to extremes than people.
Yeah, it's not a joke, but I had a situation. Yeah, call Rob Johnson. He'll get us out of it.
Johnson.
I hated them. I hated them, and I still hate guns. I'm not a big gun guy. But I was living in Memphis, Tennessee, and it took a cop an hour and a half to get to my house when we had a situation. So when he got there, he said, if it were me, I'd own a shotgun. And then at that point, I decided, well, a shotgun is one thing. And then because of what I do for a living, I find myself sometimes in a situation where I might need a gun. So public safety.
Yeah, I want to get like a shotgun and just, God forbid, somebody breaks in. Even if you think somebody's breaking in, all you do is, you don't even have to load it. Just,
and all you need is this.
Ain't nobody coming in your house.
Exactly.
Dude, if somebody hears a shotgun being cocked, nobody wants any part of that.
That's a clear sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah. None of it is a joke. I don't joke about it. It's a pretty serious thing.
Hey,
Nerd Allen, on the other hand.
Hi.
Hey, man.
Hey, you got your mic level's really low.
Hey guys.
Is it low?
Hey guys.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, you sound very soft. You sound like you could
joking.
be. You sound like you could be from Canada.
Fucking cranked it.
Oh, racked? Is that what it is? So I don't know. I'm not up on all the terms. I'm just want to protect my family.
Wait, so I was parking my car and
Parking your car.
And Paul was being interrogated for being suspect number 2 in the Oklahoma City bombing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, rewind it, Caleb.
Yeah, that happened.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Did you see the sketch? Did you see the sketch?
I saw the sketch and I knew exactly what it was, because I
knew
remember
who it
looking
was.
at that sketch going, "You motherfucker!" Like,
Yep.
whoever that guy was. They never
That
found
sucked.
the guy, right?
They
Well,
did.
no, they got. I don't know that. I think that guy turned out to be Terry Nichols, right? And Terry Nichols doesn't look anything like that sketch. I do.
They found him from video surveillance. I saw a show on one of those true crime
they
shows,
did.
and they used some.
Terry Nichols was him.
the government used some super enhancing stuff on some old video that they actually. It's one of those video geek things
from the Riot Truck rental.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the whole story. It was on like Science Channel or something. True crime. Something.
All right, sorry to bring it down.
No fun.
Guitars. Hey,
we had guitars.
Yeah,
we were talking guitars.
So it's over. No. Somebody show a guitar quick. Needed a guitar stat.
So, hey, Caleb, good to see you, man.
You too.
Welcome, Caleb.
I love the new pictured Eddie guitar from the 1984 tour, just creating so much buzz.
Not even the guitar, just the line coming behind off the neck of the guitar.
It's not even what people are saying it is. Like, how could that be a guitar strap unless it's like plugged into his, between his shoulder blades? And it's not a guitar string because I've never seen a broken string do that.
No. It's either the cable or it could be somebody said a ramp behind him. But
where could that cable be coming from?
That's what I thought. I don't know
that angle. It's not.
They're both on wireless, presumably.
He was never plugged in from 78 to 98. He was never plugged in.
Nope,
never.
Not once.
No, I wouldn't think it was a cable, and it's too high on his back to be a cable.
That's exactly right.
I would think.
Yes.
Thank you.
But wow, and I
vindicated by Nerd Halen.
Everyone's going to that 1980 photo shoot with the thick body laying in the front, and everyone knows that's either Rude or Unchained. Come on, people. Come on. Come on. What are you?
I think that's in the new magazine that I got.
Haven't you been watching this show long enough?
How is that magazine?
It's excellent. This is one of them. But you got the Rude. I don't see the. Yeah, this was one of the.
He already painted it by then.
Yeah, this isn't the one that. It may not even be his Lozauer, but it's one of his assortment of guitar.
Can you hear him? I don't know.
I know. I wasn't on the mic there.
It would say Lozauer, like right under it.
Yeah, but
am I super low? Okay, let's turn it up. How's this?
Get the glazes.
Better?
Better.
Am I like Johnny level better? Because he's cranked.
No, this is Richard E. Aaron.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
This was a lot of his gear too. Like actually, you can see the tape delays and stuff on there. But yeah, it's Richard E. Allen, not Lozauer.
Yeah, that's home.
So this was probably
the old house.
Yeah, I mean it's probably 1980 also.
81. That's at 3361. The street he lived on.
But he's got the double neck, so maybe it was 82. I guess he had the double neck before that. So.
By the way, you shouldn't knock.
But anyway,
that desk.
John, it's just like a movie. Everything's a year prior.
Right. So yeah.
So I come on and Jay leaves. Cool.
Something going on between you two?
I guess. Hey, congrats, Paul, on your sound machine. I'm very proud.
Oh yes, thank you very much. Thanks. It's very I'm gonna
took you long enough.
Never mind the Michael Anthony interview. Just the sound machine is the most important.
Yeah.
Who else talked to Michael Anthony in the last week?
Yeah. Did you guys talk to Michael Anthony yesterday? No, you didn't. I did.
Did you ask him?
Caleb, it's been what, 2 years, Caleb?
It's been a while, yeah. Did you ask him any controversial questions?
No. I did. We did ask him about potentially making a solo record.
Wow,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, you always talk about. Everybody knows what a great singer he is. So
right.
we asked him, and he said that he gets musician. He says he gets his jams out while he's playing. Man, anything he'd want to do, he's thought about it. And then he said, "But Sammy will never let me sing lead vocals," which I thought was nice.
Except
occasionally he did. Lead vocals.
Except on the second verse of "Why Can't This Be Love."
Right.
That's right. What?
Now he was
95 tour, Balance tour,
and in 2004, right?
He never
and in 93.
He was very, very cool. And I
jumped too.
neglect to have sent you guys the audio because I haven't edited it yet. Because there's a couple of sections where we sort of talk over each other.
Yeah,
And we
you
want
dropped
to
the ball on that one.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm over it.
Wait, you talk over each other on that show too?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. He does it. Don't blame us. He's an effusive sort.
God, hey, in the chat, what are some of the questions you would have asked Michael Anthony? I'm going to tell you what I would have, and it's controversial.
Question.
Awesome. Well, I'll be right back too.
Oh, bye.
Big.
I would.
Kayla bringing the show down.
Jesus, I would have asked, and it's harsh, but give me a percentage of the songs in the catalog that you actually played bass on.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I
hear you. Man. Get into that.
I'm so curious because
no.
Why not?
No, it is something we're all curious about.
It is, but that's not the purpose of the interview. Was to promote the record, the Circle record.
Right, but isn't that something we all want to know?
It is something we all want to know, but it's not
a dream question. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think that's it wasn't the vibe of that interview.
I wouldn't, Paul. I wouldn't expect you to ask that if you ever want him to come back. But
right.
But
if it was like having him, if I had him in the studio, a la Stern or something like that.
Break.
Or with a longer environment, you know what I mean? Something where, they gave us 8 minutes. We had 8 minutes to talk to him.
8 minutes is that's long, isn't it?
It's like 3 questions.
Yeah.
You're talking about radio. Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah. We talked to him about the record. I did ask him if they were done with the music business. I said, you guys in the Circle, I mean, what you do for the most part, you did put out one record of original music, but most of the stuff you do is covers and sort of a retrospective of each band member's history. Are you done with the music industry? Do you care? I mean, and he said, well, you're never really done with the music industry. We will do another record of original material. He goes, but we needed something to sort of keep our chops going, this thing. He goes, but more importantly, he prefers to be in the same room when they're making music as opposed to the way they did this thing.
Right.
So, it was a fun interview. My partner asked him about the Women and Children First photo session. And he told us a good story about somebody not being allowed to hang out with him because of that picture. And it was cool. I mean, it was fun. And then we asked him the one question that everybody in the audience wants to know, which we already know the answer to, but it's the whole, hey, are there any plans to do any sort of a commemorative tribute show? Not exactly a tour. And he said, no, there isn't going to be any sort of a tour. He goes, and he was very, very cool about it. He goes, look, obviously this is still a rough time for everybody. It's way too soon, especially for his family. But if I were asked to take part in something like that, I would. And, then we asked him to tell us a story that nobody would know about him and Eddie. And he goes, well, I can't really tell you one specific story, but I will tell you he was the sweetest guy with a great heart and just couldn't be nicer. And in another interview that he did with another show that day, he did mention that one of his biggest regrets was that they never buried the hatchet officially. He never got a chance to make peace with Eddie, which I think is sad.
Brutal.
But they had the intentions of that tour, the tour with him.
Yeah.
Which says something,
Well, it's even worse, I think, because then Mike still didn't get a call.
Well, it never happened because
at least from Eddie.
Right.
But Eddie kind of gave his blessing, like in this if we weren't going to go forward with this tour, we'd want Michael to be with us.
He did it through, Azov.
Through Azov.
Yeah. Azov.
Yeah.
Look, Azov is going to be, when they set these things up, Azov is immediately, once there's the okay from the guys in the band, then he starts tour routing and setting up. I mean, that's his job, is to go way ahead.
They problem were probably was well into that at that point, and then
Azov probably called Michael's rep, whoever Michael's agent was or rep was at the time, before Wolfgang could actually call Michael personally. And that's the unfortunate part, is personal. It should have been done personally first. Hey man, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. This is what's going on with Ed. This is, we want to do this thing. And that it should never be mentioned to Azov until all the parties involved were ready to go for it. So that was just, you trial and error. I mean, Wolfgang still a kid, probably didn't know at the time that if he had said something to Azoff, that Azoff wouldn't be like already on top of it, because he's the best manager in the business.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Hey, what's this comment here? Oh, you son of a bitch. Wayno says, so Jay has beef with Caleb and Fruitcake Tony? What is going on?
Come on. This is show business.
Bury the hatchet.
Yeah, I'll have Azoff call Jay for me.
Yeah. Have Azoff call Jay.
All right. We'll take care of things.
But you should have had John BL call me.
Is he talking? I don't know. Can someone tell me what he's saying?
You can't hear Jay?
No, I hear him. I just don't want to acknowledge.
How does shit like this start?
Just like this.
This is exactly how it starts.
Yeah.
No, but
I mean, obviously, Jay is irritated by this entire thing right now. Caleb, what did you do?
Jay's gonna go to bed thinking about it, like, oh God, Caleb doesn't like me.
Well, no, Jay does have the potential for paranoia right now. We're just saying.
No, but it's weird. Like the Caleb thing, I get it because we were joking around about it.
Yeah,
but
let's
take Tony's thing. I don't get that at all. Like, why?
Right now, for the record, if everyone's how many are watching?
1,000.
Okay, 1,000 of you. There is absolutely nothing negative between Jay Hannon and myself.
No, there's no tension. Just so if anybody's wondering,
it would be like the Rockers. Remember when they split?
Yeah.
Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
No, I don't remember. But there's nothing between us negative, and there never has been. So
just that little dark space right there.
Yeah, come on, Johnny.
I'm not sure if you've ever noticed this though,
but put us together like butt cheeks.
I'll be the moderator. Here we go, guys.
What I've noticed though is whenever Jay is playing, Caleb does assume this position.
Well, he does the Mean Street intro perfectly, and that's something I still haven't been able.
I just love the guitar player thing.
Yeah, but I'm not jealous or envious at all. I might have been in my 20s of stuff like that, but I'm in awe of all the players now. I could give a shit about what I can and can't do. But
yeah, that whole thing is, that's years ago when you go look at somebody and you're like, oh man, now like I want all these guys to like, kill it. Yeah.
They push the bar. It's awesome. So
I remember seeing, if anybody knows who the band Strapping Young Lad is, Strapping Young Lad is Devin Townsend, who is a musical genius, a producer. He was also a vocalist on a Steve Vai record called Sex and Religion. And Devin is bipolar, like fucking nuts. But his band, Strapping Young Lad, was playing in San Francisco. And they're at the Fillmore and they come out. And Devin just comes out and does this for like 6 minutes. And he's just staring at the crowd. Because that's what the crowd was doing to him.
Wow.
So it was like one of these moments. Like, and finally, Devin just goes, "We're Strapping Young Lad. We're your new favorite band." And Gene Hoglan kicks into this fucking ripping drum thing. And for the next 70 minutes, they just played, great. A million miles an hour. And if you know anything about Strapping Young Lad, they are an extreme metal band. Like blast beats to the nth power, screeching vocals. There's no such thing as a slow down moment in their set. Fucking intense from the word go. And by the time the show was over, like everybody was like in pain from the amount of volume and intensity coming from that stage. It was so cool.
Nice.
He is as good as it gets. And by the way, as proficient on the guitar as Steve Vai, because he had to play with Vai on stage, twin guitar leads and stuff.
Video, yeah.
He's
video.
He's phenomenal, and crazy, batshit crazy. But he puts out. He had a band called Physicist, Strapping Young Lad. He was in the Wild Hearts briefly. What was it called? Something. It wasn't punk. It was something Brewster, but it wasn't Punky Brewster. But it was a cool. No, it was something like that.
Brewster's Millions.
So no, but it was like Punky Brewster, but it was just insane. and it was like BRU with an umlaut over it, STER or something like that. And just a fucking sick vocalist, sick guitar player. But just watching him do that, the guitar player's pose, staring at the crowd for 6 minutes, it got uncomfortable. It was like really quiet.
Wow.
So somebody said because whenever Caleb, like I guess Caleb came on tonight and I left. But it wasn't.
I think you did that last week too.
One of our dogs was scratching at the bedroom door to get out. So that's why I got a text message. It just happened to be at the same time Caleb came in. And then last night, Tony came on at 10 and I left. I had to put my kids to bed. That's, Johnny and I usually end the Friday show 10, 10:15.
Johnny got a phone call and you had to take a piss.
I'd love to talk philosophy, but I got to take a piss. Man, that philosophy runs right through you.
I saw that, Jay.
No, but it's just weird how like shit like that starts, and then one person writes it in the chat, even if it's a goof, and then somebody else sees, oh shit, Jay doesn't like Tony.
You can say anything you want on one of these, and they'll believe you, whatever it is.
Well, I think just everyone wants controversy. And if there's no controversy, it's not exciting. So.
Go to bed.
Yeah, so it can always be fake. We can make like the WWE version of it.
I love the fact that Jeannie is heckling the show right now from just feet away. She doesn't care enough to come on camera.
Stephen Franklin said this bothers Jay. It does.
I love it. Wayno is just going to continue to perpetuate it too. Beef, 100% beef. It's definitely real.
We need a good storyline for the show, like
denial is confirmation.
Who's the good guy and who's the bad guy?
We're gonna go kayfabe on this thing. You guys gonna create?
Don't do that.
Well, no. Caleb has lost his mind a few times on the show, so Caleb would have to be the bad guy, right?
I guess. I don't know.
I lost my mind.
Here it comes. This is how it starts.
Johnny, isolate.
Lost his mind.
You want a piece of it? I can't even pretend. Can't even pretend to not like Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all good.
I'm gonna kill Johnny though.
It's all good.
We can almost call brothers, right?
Is it embarrassing just being the two of you on here?
It's weird. It was weird.
But I do envision a show.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't have a problem,
right? Just us.
Yep. Just the
whose name would come first?
Who would come first? I don't know.
That's a good way to start it. Yep.
Returning guitars.
We combine them. It would be like Jaleb.
There you go. Yeah.
Returning guitars. The guitar returner.
Returning guitars.
By the way, Jay, just in case, I caught a shot of the Kiesel Sucks guitar box. It's still in my garage. Mm-hmm. In case I sell a guitar to somebody, that's the one I'm sending it to them in. Yeah. But I was pulling the bike in the garage last night after going out, and as I was turning the bike around in the garage, and I just turned and I saw it. It just said Kiesel. They saw Ux, and I was like,
"Yes, they do.
That's so good."
Yes, they do.
And I thought to myself, I wonder what it was like for the mailman to just be reading, what's wrong with this guitar guy?
Return to Sender with Jay Hannon. That'd be good.
And you would interview me and ask me all the headline selling questions of why I returned.
Every week
in return this week, Jay.
Yeah, exactly. Every week.
Well, Caleb.
Hi, it's Jay.
What did you find wrong with this guitar?
Here's the guitar I'll be returning this week. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like
just
it.
Backwards.
Right. Everyone comes, we have guests that come on with the guitar and they ask
Jay, would you return this guitar?
Should I return this?
That actually would be a really good show.
Should I return this guitar?
I wouldn't play
return this.
If you like it.
That would be good. Every week is like a guest guitar. Somebody brings me a guitar and says, hey, if you paid this much for it, would you return this guitar?
Yeah. Hey, everybody, from now
We're
on,
onto something.
when you get a guitar or you have an item you're not happy with, it's still under warranty. Bring it on. Ask to bring it on the show. We'll have a guest, and and Jay will rate the instrument. And
there are YouTube channels dedicated to that out there.
Yeah.
There are people who do that, and you pay for it.
I think you should do that show Thursday nights.
Thursday nights at 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock Pacific.
Oh
Man.
And it would have to be, and it would have to be.
That's a great idea. I think you should do consultations for that.
And they'll have to put it to a vote. There'll have to be a vote at the end of the segment. Or
that's right. Return it or not, or keep it.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Is it going back or are we keeping it?
Where's that poll thing?
what do we got here? What do we got here this week, boys?
What should it be?
Dear Jay, I have a guitar. In the advice section.
Jay's like, and you better not pay for shipping.
Right. Never tell them, why are you sending it back? I don't like it. Never tell them that, because then shipping is on your ass. What you tell them is, hey, I think if the guitar is completely fine and you really just don't like it, you can tell them this guitar is kind of a dud. It's just it's not acoustic enough. It's not loud enough. It's a dud guitar. I think it's kind of a lemon.
This is the show right here. This is the show.
You want to know how to return anything? You let me know. I don't pay for shipping.
Returns.
I don't pay for shipping at all. Screw that shit.
Jay would get absolutely no sponsorship.
Oh yeah. Hey Jay, we got this new guitar. We got this new guitar.
Jay will get the best guitars around.
Jay, we got this new guitar we want to send you. We want to give it to you for free. Just you just got to cover the shipping. What?
I don't pay shipping.
I don't pay shipping.
Jay, you can have two guys competing. How many days can you return this guitar? And I can return that guitar in 3 days. I can return that guitar in 2 days. Return that guitar.
Tonight's Return to Sender with Jay Hannon is sponsored by nobody, because nobody would sponsor.
He doesn't like anything he gets.
But the key to returning a guitar is there's the
save it for the show. Save it for the show, Jay.
Restocking fee. No, the key is you can't wait too long. You literally have to know that you're going to return it in the first day or two. Yeah. You go calling them. Let's just say it's a 30-day return policy, and you go calling them day 25. Oh yeah, something's wrong with it. No. They're going to know either you effed it up, or that you just didn't like it. So you really got to call them within the first few days. That's key. The first 48, I say.
Now, am I the only one that immediately when I get a guitar delivered, I take my phone out and make sure that I document the first opening of it, so that in case the guitar is damaged and destroyed?
Yeah, I'll usually
do that.
Yeah,
I do that with everything I get because it's content.
The unboxing,
everything.
Yeah, I always film the unboxing, and I know if for people in the chat that do buy guitars or get stuff mail order sent to them and stuff, you really should just document it just in case. That way you get the first opening when you're splitting the tape and all that stuff. And when they say, "Hey, is it, why are you returning it?" You go, "Well, here's the video. I'll send it to you. You tell me why."
I opened the case. I'm expecting a new guitar that's in perfect shape, and the thing is smashed to pieces.
All I'm saying is, the guitar is a piece of shit.
Go back to Ben Tom. That was true.
Yep. Genie Beane. Yeah.
There it goes.
There's the poll right there in the chat. Did Jay return the guitar?
I've returned more guitars than I've kept. Except when people send me a guitar, then I keep it because they're good. It's just me. When I buy a guitar, it's just my bad luck reaches out to the person taking it off the shelf, and they always pick the one that's not as good, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Real
now
time
we're-
one.
look at this.
Yeah, you do have one there that you're going to return, right?
Well, he says he's going to return it when they replace it. They're going to send him a replacement.
Right.
Yeah, they're replacing this.
So that one's going to go back. That's already decided.
Yeah, but I'm not returning it. I'm exchanging it for a new one.
Exchanging. Okay.
Yeah, because there actually is an issue with it. It's not
Maybe
just
the
that
terminology is wrong.
I almost just drank my water with the cap on.
The cap.
Yeah.
You ever do that in public and you feel like a big idiot? Like in a crowd of people, everybody's around.
No.
Next thing
never
you know,
done
you're sitting there walking around. You're,
Ever when you were in grade school, you ever raise your hand and ask for mom?
what?
Mom?
No,
that. No.
that's some therapy right there.
Yep.
Wow. Everyone's Jay, you probably should send that one back.
Should Jay return the guitar? We don't know which guitar, just any guitar.
Yeah, a guitar.
Yeah, who plays acoustic?
I do.
I do.
I have a couple acoustics.
Yeah.
Canoestics.
I only play acoustic to wet, as Boner Jams would say, to wet the panties.
I play acoustic actually technically all the time because I rarely plug in unless I'm having to record something or
Ronnie,
what.
playing an electric guitar acoustically is not the same
That's
as
not
playing
playing
an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's
No, it's not.
No, it's not. That's playing unplugged.
Oh.
You can hear the difference, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's not just hearing. It's the whole thing.
The
Yeah.
whole technique
Oh, but
is different.
there's nothing like an acoustic guitar with brand new strings. That's like the greatest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Greatest.
A good acoustic guitar with the brand new strings. As
Yeah.
opposed to, a beater guitar. Like if you string up a Martin and there's no sweeter sound than something like that.
Yeah.
You grab one of those Mitchell shit boxes from Guitar Center and who cares?
Send this back.
They're garbage.
Oh.
They are.
No, it's just
There goes our sponsorship from Mitchell Guitars.
Somebody send Jay a Mitchell.
It would have been funny.
Let's do her. That'll be the first review.
Hey, KXM Rock is right. A good electric will sound good unplugged. That's great, but it's still not the same.
Nope.
Yeah. But no, what I was saying though is I rarely plug in. So like if I was to grab that guitar and play, I would just play it without plugging in or nothing,
I'd usually reach for an electric unplugged before I'd reach for an acoustic, just around the house,
I usually practice on an acoustic, like I'll sit out in the backyard or something like that and just pick out there.
More of an event with an acoustic.
Yeah.
You get the people that start, you get a crowd starting to come around. Somebody lights up a joint, beers pass, all of it.
What is going on?
I'm remembering my college days.
Oh. These comments are good tonight. I gotta say. Karen.
What? Acoustic guitar does not. What? Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Yes, that's the most shocking thing you've ever heard on this show, Johnny.
Right.
Jeff T says, I'm going to return the one you exchange it for anyway. It just doesn't matter. You're probably right.
There we go.
Lenny
I like that comment.
Yeah, we should do a test, all right? Pick out one guitar, and we'll find a place that has two of them. Or two separate guitars, two different guitars. I buy one, and somebody else buys the other. And I guarantee that the one somebody else bought for me will be better than the one I bought.
Oh,
Actually, just buy two, Jay. Buy two every time. Send one back. You're always going to send one back anyway. So
that's not a bad idea. John Biel with the wisdom tonight. First time.
If you got a credit card, if you got good credit, you can do that.
Yeah, dude. It's funny when I bought this one, I was toying. Yeah, thank you. I was toying with the idea of buying this one and the Jason Richardson 7-string. The one, the used one that I got that smelled real bad. I had to bring it back. Yeah. And I asked them on the phone. I asked Sweetwater. I was like, "Listen, I can't figure out which one to get. I haven't played them. I can't play them. Nobody has any near me. What if I bought both of them? You send them to me. I'll pick out which one I like, and I send the other one back." And I'm like, "I probably shouldn't be telling you that. I should probably just do it." And he's like, "Yeah, if you're going to do that, you probably shouldn't tell us."
But now you can bring it back.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, and get them from two different companies. Sweetwater and I don't know. I think Sweetwater and Reverb are the same now, aren't they? Or
what are they really?
What is it? Guitar Center bought Reverb, or Reverb bought Guitar Center, something like that. I don't know if I thought I heard
they
that.
bankrupted Reverb too.
Oh yeah. Hey, do you want to eat this debt with us?
Oh shit.
Gibson bought. Well, what is it? The new one is Gibson bought Mesa Boogie or something, or they're something like that. I don't know. What is that exclusive information?
No, you're right.
No, it's not. It's not. But I hate to say it, but those are two brands I could care less about either. Myself, I hate to say that. Even though I used to play Mesa Boogie when I was. Did I mention I used to live with Desmond Child? Ever told you guys that?
I haven't heard that yet.
Well, thanks to him, I had,
Grammy award-winning Desmond Child.
I had sponsors and endorsements, and I had Mesa Boogie at the time, and so that's what I was using was Mesa Boogie. And then when I was in this other band called the Mayflower, we had a Gibson endorsement, and I was using Gibson, and Fender. We had both.
Do you remember your rep's name at Mesa Boogie?
No.
Oh man, wasn't Mike?
No, I have no clue.
Chris?
I have no. I didn't even deal with
one of those names ring a bell. Come on,
Jim.
Mark?
I didn't deal with it. That's just the thing where it's like I want this amp and it just arrives. It's just there.
That must be nice.
It was the Triaxis, 230, 220, Triaxis. What do you call it? Do you know that one?
I know the Triaxis.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's what I used.
The head, is it?
It's rack mount.
Yeah, it's a preamp.
It's the Anyway, I had the what do you call it? I'd carry around this box, and then I take the front and the back off the box, and I put it on top of the cabinet.
A rack box.
Rack mount. So my amp was like a whole rack mount system. Yeah.
A road case, yeah.
A road case.
What did you have for a power amplifier? Does it have a power amplifier on the amp, or it's got a preamp, power amp, and
Triaxis with 290 power amp? Yeah, Tom, that's what I had. Yeah,
Sama Class 290. I have that power amp in my rack over here.
That's what I had. That's what I had. Yeah.
Tube? Did it have tubes? It must have been, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Only.
And the reason I had that is because a year before I had seen Andy Summers play, like front row at the small club in San Jose, and that's what he was using. So when I learned I could have whatever I wanted, I'm like, I want what he's using.
That's cool.
And that's why I had it. Yeah.
What did you use for a cab?
Just I had Mesa. I had used what Andy used. I had two Mesa 212s.
Nice.
And I could either put them on top, like side by side as a 412, or I could spread them out and have them in stereo. And I would use like a delay, like stereo delays and stereo chorus, where it would bounce back and forth between the two.
Were they half with the top slanted, or was it just half with two straights? I've seen them. I think Mesa Boogie made the half like 212 with the top slanted. Also.
I can't remember. That was a long time ago.
Come on, Johnny.
But what I was saying before is, I liked what I used, but I think a lot of us are all about we love what we love now, and it's I don't know. I'm just saying that really doesn't do anything for me. Those two joining up, I really don't care.
I've only played the combo, the 1x12, the little Mesa Boogie. I mean, which is a great combo. That 1x12 with all the tube combo. That's I think.
You mean one of those tiny ones, like those classic,
like the 1x12. Yeah,
that's a classic. That's a classic amp. Yeah.
Oh, those are amazing. And I've played, but I know there are limitations on it, and the different, the dirty tones aren't as.
Is this gear talk putting anybody else to sleep here? It's Straturday night.
I've only had a little experience with the Mesa Boogie amp, so I can't really talk about it.
Hey, Alan.
Jesus.
Alan, what do you think about this picture, dude?
Alan,
what do you think about this? Alan, what do you think about this, man?
What do you think it says on the back of the card?
And Alan, you've been following this everywhere. Is that a cable? I think that's a guitar cable back there.
What's behind Eddie? Nobody really cares.
I think it's a cable. I think it's going through his strap, and then he's pulling. Because look at the way he's looking back. That's how we look back when we're plugged in.
Why would he be plugged in?
What do you mean? Why would he be plugged in?
Because he always went wireless.
No, but let's say if his guitar crapped out, his wireless crapped out, they'd hand him a backup guitar.
More importantly, why is he using
That's what they would
guitar?
do.
Maybe he had that as that was like a second.
Let's ask Alan. Alan knows.
Or maybe it's an angled mic stand.
Alan knows. I bet you Alan knows exactly.
Everyone's saying it's a mic stand.
What do you think? I think it's part of the stage.
No, the mic stand. People were saying. Go back to it real quick, Johnny.
Yeah, is Dave holding a straight mic stand?
It's possible, but it looks too thin to be a mic stand. It looks very thin for a mic stand's going to be at least an inch. That thing looks like, or what, 2 inches? I don't know. What's a mic stand?
You can't zoom in on that?
Mic stand right here, but I'm using it.
John, show us 2 inches. No,
Here.
I'm kidding.
No, you can zoom in on it.
I don't know that mic stand is any thinner than the angle mic stand I got here. The boom stand that Johnny and I have right here is the same. Looks like the same dimensions. Why does that not look like it could be a fucking angled mic stand?
It could be. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, but maybe I did say it was not. I don't know.
So you think it's one of these?
Yeah.
Does it really? Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, those are pants he wore at the end of the show. So
I guess it could be.
He pulled that guitar out at the end of the show.
Yeah, no, but it's early in the show. Caleb, look at how dry his hair is.
Did Ed ever change his pants in the middle? I know Dave did, but I don't think Ed did. Did he? Maybe he did.
Dave wore those specific pants towards the end of the show.
Okay, yeah, but
Eddie's shirtless, so that means he had already taken off his shirt or vest or whatever he was wearing that night. So that's towards the end of the show.
Man, this is nerdy.
Yep.
You bet it's nerdy. We're getting into it. I mean, the breaking news is he's using a guitar.
So where do you think
on that tour that we've never seen him use, and we know exactly what other ones he's used. He used the Hoffer Teacher, the 1984, the 5150, and the little guitar. Those are the only guitars he ever used on stage in the 1980s. It was
technically a different tour, the Monsters of Rock. In Europe, you might be able. That's what they're presuming. That's the Monsters of Rock in Europe.
Is Tony still in here? Tony was saying last night.
Well,
when he thought it was.
They didn't play at night on that tour, so. And it was outdoors. All the shows were outdoors. So there you go. How's that?
Well, it could be against a dark background. I don't know. I mean, I really don't. I know Ed wore the jeans with the patches on them and through most of North America, and the leopard pants. I think.
Not true. Not true.
What about the LA shirt?
The jeans and with the patches. The jeans with the patches on them were retired by April of that tour.
See, by the way,
the LA shirt.
Fact.
By the way, listen to the tone of Caleb's voice. He's going to start getting. He's starting to get a little irritable.
Isolate. Isolate.
He wore those
dare-
the yellow pants most of the 1984 tour.
Don't
But he
you
only
dare
wore the
ever
LA
get this
shirt in
wrong.
Europe. Is that true or no?
What?
That's the only. Johnny has the other picture of that guitar and he's wearing the Los Angeles, what is the Raiders shirt or something?
Yeah, it's LA Raiders shirt.
Which I think he only wore in Europe. I could
No,
be wrong.
he wore that
A lot.
in probably June and July
All right.
of the
All right.
84 tour, and he wore those yellow pants in May.
June
when
and
I
July
saw
of the '84 tour was Europe, wasn't it?
August and
Oh, okay.
September.
I read that joke once and didn't laugh, and then read it again
Fight!
and thought it was really funny.
Yeah. No, and Tony had mentioned it was Europe, and Tony's a reputable source usually. So I don't know. I'm just going.
Hey,
I don't
Clayton.
have any more evidence that it's Europe.
Yeah, LA was Tiger Pants. I was there. He wore the Tiger Pants.
And he did not play that guitar.
No, well, I wouldn't remember. I don't remember. It's sad. I just remember the look of the stage. And how loud it was. I was so young. I wish I remembered more. I remember they opened. I didn't even know what song it was. It was so loud, but it was Unchained. I couldn't tell.
What is that?
And they played it twice the speed too.
Exactly.
It could have been
Hey,
best
JJ.
of both worlds. I wouldn't have known.
Right? They were in LA and they got the best cocaine. So
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
having fun that night.
my chat security's here. Thank you.
Tony, that's the guitar right there. It's a Boogie Bodies.
That's a good question, E flat 916, because if you look at the picture of Eddie sitting with that mystery guitar, that's in late August at Donington, I believe. And you can see his pants are way, way, way faded and washed. Like they've been washed 100,000 times.
Tony, you have that picture?
Yeah.
Man,
He
this
does.
is really nerdy. Oh my god.
Nerdy.
The shoes look really dirty. The shoes are like really dirty.
Yeah, and what's funny about those shoes is he wore them throughout the entire Diver Down tour also.
Whoa.
Eddie didn't like to change shoes much.
Now, what about the sleeves on the Los Angeles shirt? Did he rip those at some point?
Actually, one is longer than the other. One is right to the shoulder
man.
and the other one hangs down. How about that for nerd?
Oh,
Can you
Super
see
nerd.
Can you see the cable on that guitar strap? Can you see if he's using wireless on that strap?
in this?
Yeah, on the backstage photo.
No. Well, of course he'd be using a cable when you're backstage. Use a cable.
I guess so.
Those
Yeah,
cables
that
around.
makes sense.
I wonder, here's a good question. What if 1984 didn't go to Europe and that's the one he used as the backup?
That's what I was thinking. He may have liked that guitar, and because it was a Boogie Bodies and it didn't have Kramer on the headstock, he
And maybe
only
since
could
it was Europe, he thought
only
he
could use it in Europe. Yeah,
wouldn't get pinched a lot for the Kramer endorsement because he thought he was in Europe. So why,
Endorsement
like
my
a-
ass. He was a fucking silent owner.
what?
but
By that point, he was a
think
silent owner.
In '84, he only at least in North America, he only used at least Kramer branded. He did use guitars that he put a Kramer sticker on, like the Frankie and stuff, or that actually had a Kramer neck by that point.
Wait, Alan, insane, like I don't know if it's true, or insane that I know that.
It's insane that you know it. It's cool, man.
Here's what we do. The question: if anybody questions Caleb's credibility, it's on. It's on.
This is all I did like
gonna
in my
get-
teen years. Okay,
He's gonna go
So-
full Nesdal.
Oh no.
Never.
You
go
didn't
full
bring a
Nesdal,
camera
man.
to any of your shows, Caleb? I mean, I know you in the recent tours you have pictures of them, but some of your early tours you never brought a camera to take.
I snuck a 35 millimeter into the 5150 tour.
well,
I didn't get any clear shots really, but
I mean, your
that
dad's a
what you asked?
photographer. Your dad's like a world-renowned photographer. So I mean, come on. You didn't follow in his footsteps with some amazing concert photography?
Yeah, way to bring up Caleb's disappointment to his father. Nice job.
Has that been a sore subject? I'm sorry. No, now it's between Caleb and I. Caleb and I.
No, I wanted to watch. I didn't care about taking pictures back in 1986. Who cares about?
I brought a Walkman recorder to
hi Jay,
to my first Van Halen show, and that came out really bad.
I bet, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem with shows now is everybody's got their fucking cell phone up.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's watching the show.
Yeah.
I mean, what shows?
Right.
I can't wait till we can get back to bitching about people with their cell phones up during a show.
Exactly. I'd kill to have people just putting up their cameras.
Oh my God. I'm going to turn into an M&M. I got to cap these things. Holy shit.
By the way, tuning a left-handed strung guitar is so fucking weird.
Yeah, it's the other way. Yeah.
The headstock. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one.
Yeah, that's why George Lynch is so miserable, I think.
Yeah, that's why.
You should do a left body with a right headstock. I haven't seen too many of those.
Thank you, Tony.
Well, think how confusing this is.
What's
Yeah.
that?
There's a tuner on the top, but 5 on top, 2 on the bottom.
5 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is weird.
Yep.
That whole seventh string is completely unnecessary.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
What's the loudest concert you've ever been to, Bent Tom? I'm sorry, Renus. Renus said that.
Motorhead Orgasmatron tour in a
Slayer,
club.
2001 in a club.
Yeah, I would say Motorhead or Slayer.
You know who is surprisingly loud in concert? ZZ Top.
You want another surprisingly
shockingly
loud?
loud.
Kansas was one of the loudest bands I've ever heard. Kansas. Dust in the Wind.
Who?
Kansas.
He's going to say Kansas one more time.
Ever heard of Kansas?
Yeah, but
They have one of the, they have
That's
two of the
terrible.
greatest songs ever.
I'll stick with 1984. It was ridiculous. I just kept thinking, like, how do they expect us to know what they're playing? It was so fucking loud,
Dude. Yeah, that's the thing.
were-
The thing
were-
with Slayer when I saw him at the Poughkeepsie Civic Center, it wasn't a club. It was you know, it's not a stadium or anything, but you know, it fit. I don't know how many, you know, a couple thousand, whatever, probably. But it was too loud. It's probably the same thing. It was like so loud you couldn't tell what was going on. And Slayer plays so goddamn fast and sloppy live that it was just like, what is going on? Like I love Slayer. I had to get out of like where we were. I was like, this is just
I was doing spotlights. I was doing spotlights for Slayer and trying to listen to the lighting director.
What? I was at the Big 4 show in Indio, the one that they did down there, and we didn't hear Slayer. We felt Slayer.
Yeah.
Like we were in our in the broadcast trailer in the middle of an interview, and the ground started shaking, and it was the most insane thing. So we're like, before you could even hear the band, you could feel the rumble of how fucking loud those kick drums were coming through the PA. So that interview, we finished the break as fast as possible and went around front to see, and it was just ridiculous loud, like hair moving because of the way the wind was moving off those fucking amps. Ridiculous loud.
Guitar for a Cure. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. Long live VH. Keep up the great shows. Digging the rabbit hole, VH nerdery. Thank you, dude.
like we always do about this time.
Thank you, man. And dude, you're gonna have to come back on soon, man. Guitar for a Cure. Remember Jay? We had him on. Some months back. And did that work right? Yeah, Guitar for a Cure. I don't know if you oh no. It doesn't tag you, but I've got a new feature. My first time using it, where it tweets out anytime there's a super chat. I get a a tweet goes out.
Oh, nice. That's
it
cool.
went out automatically, but it doesn't tag the person. So anyway, shout out to Guitar for a Cure. Thank you for your yellow super chat message on YouTube. Yeah, and come back soon, man.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
We'll talk. Have my people call your people.
Yeah, Jeannie texted me and said that because we played with Motorhead at BB King's in New York City, and that's the show where we got booted out of our dressing room.
Right, because they wanted to put the keg in there.
Dude, yeah, they just came in. They didn't even say like, "Hey guys, blah blah blah." He was like, "We're gonna need your
Get
dress."
the fuck out.
Yeah, pretty much the fuck out. Yeah.
they put the gray 30-gallon barrel and the Fosters right there in the ice.
Yeah, they don't
Hi,
even
Rosie.
say anything. They just come in and just pretend we're not even there and start moving their shit out. Yeah,
And
Jeannie,
you can't have any in this either.
We need this space.
this stuff isn't yours either. It's ours now. She said it was
This is our bathroom.
Jeannie said it was the loudest effing worst show ever.
Yeah, Motorhead's stupid loud.
And it was BB King's like in New York City. It's a small place, and that was just like getting the what's the friggin' commercial with the guy in the chair getting blown back by the sound?
Maxell.
TDK, or is it Maxell? Yeah,
Maxell. Dude, it was the same thing. Like you could have made a movie out of it and just had everybody like pressed against the wall in the sound.
It really was, man. Yeah,
It's
when
like
you hear an obnoxiously loud concert, it's bad.
like doubling up on earplugs,
Motorhead, Malice, and the Cro-Mags Orgasmatron tour at the channel. Fucking stupid. Way too loud.
Hey, is anyone giving a shout out to 1984?
It's a great album.
Is today or yesterday the anniversary? The ninth.
Today here still.
Still there.
How
Yeah.
many years? Wait, I don't want to know because that makes me
36,
old.
36,
That makes me old.
37 years.
37. Yeah.
37.
Today, Jimmy Page
37?
turned 77.
No.
Wow.
I remember when he turned 37.
Jimmy
Just
Page is 77 years old. Holy shit.
Wow.
He
Yeah.
actually
What?
probably when he turned.
He was
20.
always old to me, so
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool that 1984 came out on 1/9/84.
really.
Was
Oh,
it
yeah,
cool?
It's clever.
It is.
There was also the rumor that it came out on on New Year's Eve too, right? I mean, didn't Dave say they were going to release the album on New Year's Eve? But
That's
that
when the
didn't happen.
Jump video came out.
Oh, are you sure? Are you sure?
You fucking amateur.
Are you sure? I think we need to start going Caleb instead of
November
John
when
Riel.
Jump came out.
Caleb.
Caleb?
Nerd.
Nerd.
This one says December 21st. I'm just saying Wikipedia says December 21st of 83.
That's impossible.
But that could be the single. That must be the single.
That's Jump.
Yeah. Bring that to your tech over there.
That's it. I win. Fruitcake Tony corroborates it. I'm the winner.
Caleb's correct.
Caleb is. Who knew these fucking nerds were gonna know all this?
Caleb's correct without the apostrophe. It's okay.
I'll be
Still
on the
good.
message boards in seconds.
Say it as comic book guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Calebpedia.
You should have known that Caleb would have gotten this correct. He would know this immediately. You should bow your head in shame for not knowing this fact.
No, personally, I don't think there was a more anticipated record in my life than 1984 because
For me, it was Carnal Knowledge. That was
Okay.
the one that I remember waiting for.
what was I saying?
Time
Oh,
Man.
I was saying something.
Couldn't wait for 84.
I was waiting for 1985.
I don't, it's funny, Caleb, as you mentioned that, I'm trying to think to myself, I don't remember the first album. I couldn't fucking wait until it was released. Like I don't remember the first album that like we were like, oh my God, it's out today. We got to go get it. That's a weird, such a weird concept.
Are you serious?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember my first like I gotta go get this record album. It might have been Alive 2 from Kiss.
Well, I mean, I have a reason. So I had the meeting with Ed in March of '83.
What are you big timing us?
No, I'm just telling you how the course of events went. And
now it was a meeting.
Yeah.
Well, I met him.
I took a meeting with Ed. I said, Ed, have your people call my people if I can work you in.
Yeah.
You can schedule it sometime around.
Because he had told me about the studio and that they were recording a new record in his new studio.
Wow.
So I knew a new record was coming. So when it finally, was to be released, that was big for me because I'd been waiting 7, 8 months. And the fire of the whole, obsession was burning as hot as it could have ever been. I was playing guitar every day for the last
they make a cream
months.
that'll clear that up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I get it. I'm like literally when you just said that, like you couldn't wait for it to come out. Like I don't remember the first time I like ran to the record store the day, and I don't even remember knowing when albums got released, like release dates.
I remember the midnight releases for something like Metallica and
that didn't become a sort of a
it
became
90s,
sort of a marketing ploy, I guess, right around when the Use Your Illusion records came out. I think is when I remember them doing the first sort of
Midnight Madness.
Yeah, like when the Illusion records came out, but I know I did a midnight record release thing with a band in Memphis, Tennessee one time. So that was in the 90s. That was in the mid 90s. But I don't remember like the first time being a kid going, I got to run to the record store and get it the day it comes out.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm with John Biel. For me, it was Carnal Knowledge when that came out. But I'd already heard most of it on the radio like a couple of days before, on the premiere. But
yeah, like they did the old play a song every hour kind of thing for 1984, and then 5150, and then obviously OU 812. Like all they would in LA at least they would do it that way. So you just stay glued to the radio, and I would tape each song, so I had the record before it was available. So I had my own record, on the tape.
Those were the days, man.
But obviously, it was sucked because it was like bookended with like a Phil Collins song or something fading in at the back of it.
A number of songs.
That's all you can get at the time. Nowadays, when they're released on YouTube, weeks before it drops anywhere else.
Yeah. I remember when I worked for a record store called Strawberries in Massachusetts. And Strawberries.
Strawberry.
I remember working for Strawberries. It was awful.
My day it was blueberries.
We only had like 4 records we could listen to every month. Like it was the big releases of the month, so they were the only ones that you could play inside the store. You couldn't play anything else. So I remember it was like Lou Graham's first solo record.
You're welcome. Thank you for watching.
Really?
YouTube's Rattle and Hum, John Butcher's like Wishes record, and something else. They were like 4 records, and they were just nonstop. Like you would listen to one, turn it over, listen to the next one. Then you had to, and all day. So if you did an 8-hour shift, you listened to each one of those records like 3 times through, and it sucked. It was the worst.
I thought it was bad working in a supermarket with Muzak.
So bad.
Yeah, Alan.
Yeah.
They played that on KMET and KLOS. Those were the 2 rock stations in LA. So, but I remember KMET was a big deal. It was great. I still remember when I first heard Panama. I thought that was just the most incredible song that I'd heard from Van Halen to date. Like it was. It's a great tune. Great.
I bought the You Really Got Me 45.
Thanks. I'm just saying.
I bought the You Really Got Me 45 when I was 10. That and it was backed with Ice Cream Man, and I listened to Ice Cream Man just as much as I listened to You Really Got Me. It was fucking awesome. And I called all my friends. 78? 78, yeah. And I remember calling all my friends going, there's this new band, Van Halen. Van is awesome. Like, you didn't know who the fuck it was. We all thought Van Morrison, Van Halen. Until, you're
my grandma called him Van Heflin.
And you're 10, you don't know. You think Van Halen, that's the guy's name.
Right. Oh, sure. Just like Zeppelin. I was thought
Floyd, Van Halen,
Leonard Skinner was real. Molly Hatchet was a woman.
Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull, yeah.
I remember when Jump 45 came out. All I did was listen to House of Pain.
Yeah, Ice Cream Man, and then I was like, "Who is Jay Brim? Like, is he in the band?" And then I went and sought out the actual original version. I was like, "This doesn't sound anything like it."
Yeah.
Oh, here's a question.
When did you first? Yeah.
Does anyone know what Yesup music stands for?
Well,
yeah.
Tell me, John.
It's a word backwards.
It is.
There you go.
All right.
Flip it around like that picture that we flipped around earlier.
Yeah. Of course, it's misspelled clearly, but
wow, I never knew that. There you go.
Really?
Beaten.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know it.
I think I learned that on this channel.
I learned that just by looking at it in the mirror one day.
I definitely learned it on this channel.
Looking at it in the mirror. For what reason?
You know, no, you look at it and if you read it backwards, because I was, you think Caleb's a nerd, myself back in the day, I would have, cassette tapes, all these tapes and stuff, and I would flip them over. I've heard every Van Halen song backwards as well as forwards.
That's awesome.
Yeah, from the middle backwards on both ways. So, I mean,
you learned them all backwards too.
That's how I discovered that the beginning to Good Times is the ending of Secrets. It's just backwards. And then Tora Tora. You ever heard that flipped around? It's just Eddie going. And then Donuts. And then Don't Times and Secrets. And then Don't. The very beginning to Where All the Good Times Gone is the ending of Secrets, just reversed.
Oh wow! I don't think I knew that.
And then the guitar solo in Donut City is backwards. Wow. So unless you've heard that song backwards, you've never heard the actual solo.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and
if
Growth.
You play Secrets back to back with Where Have All the Good Times Gone?
Listen to the very, very, very beginning of Good Times.
I mean, it makes sense. It sounds reversed.
That's the very end of Secrets fading out. Nice. It's just flipped over, and then it fades in backwards, and then da-na-na-na. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
Wow.
All right, now I win. Thank you.
That's an interesting bit of trivia that I had never heard of.
Halen Easter eggs on the show.
That's right.
Yeah. No, that's what I did for years. Well, I'd listened to all this stuff just on stupid cassette tapes backwards. I've heard every Van Halen song just backwards, just because
you said that.
Because what that does. No, what that does.
I do.
No, what that does. That's almost like it's a different song. And since
really.
Since those songs are good, I mean, if you love them, the regular way,
you love them forward, you love them back.
Listen to them backwards, and it's still good.
If I love them the regular way, what does that mean?
Oh no!
I love them the regular way.
A great song, forward is great backwards as well.
That should be a test that every band should do. Every band should play their songs backwards before they release it, just to make sure it sounds good.
I do, and I have. I do that.
That would make sense. I think.
And if it sounds better backwards, you just switch it around and you play it the other way. Yeah.
Call the police now.
Call the Police is the name of the Andy Summers tribute band that he's in. He's in a police tribute band now called Call the Police.
Lee David
with these guys in Brazil.
Halen Van Edward.
All right, I gotta get a drink.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Time out.
Being
Get an
You can
alcoholic.
almost smell
drink.
the one
It's something-
synapse firing
Johnny,
in his fucking
It's
head
something
right
good
now.
to drink. No more tea.
What's
The thing-
Johnny Beane backwards?
Somebody
Jean.
give him a sedative.
we never used to do the backwards stuff. We just me and a couple guys in my band used to replace a word in Metallica songs with balls. So like Master of Balls, for whom the balls toll. What else? What else is there?
It's a great party game. Ride the balls.
Balls.
That sounds like a long van trip.
Oh, good.
Shortest balls. What else? What else? What else?
Oh,
Oh man.
it's just you and me, dude.
Again.
I was gonna get up.
Oh, you better not leave me here alone, man. Don't leave me.
What are we gonna do with them? Weird show tonight.
Yeah. Hey, it's Paul.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Imagine
close-up.
imagine he thinks his camera's off and he does what that whatever
Oh,
guy did and just
yeah.
pulls it out,
Oh,
starts wailing it.
God.
Starts wailing on it.
Done forever.
Yeah, of the show. Because we can't do anything. We would be stuck here because we can't turn the feed off.
Right. We'd be like, Paul, no, Paul, stop. No.
Don't do it. Oh.
Ugh.
Paul looked like a prowler. Looking, hey, anybody in there?
Like Borgnine.
Oh my goodness.
Any questions in the chat? Come on, fire away.
It was probably stuff earlier when we were actually, not talking about saying song title or listening to music backwards.
God, I feel douchey for not knowing what Yes Up was because the E threw me off.
Dude, I didn't know until somebody mentioned it on here one night. I was
Sounds-
like, what?
Pussy with an E? What?
Yeah. They probably wanted to do it the real way backwards, but I'm sure maybe management said, guys, you can't. All right, you just can't. All right,
Pussy.
change a letter.
Now, is that their like the four of them's
Like publishing or whatever.
company, or was it just like Eddie and Dave's? Or I mean,
No, I think it was all of them.
interesting.
I think. Yes, up. They probably giggled their balls off when they thought of it,
How long did
Balls.
they use that as their production company or Yes Up Productions? How long
Publishing, or was it?
when did they start using that? 84 probably.
I don't know. Maybe when Sammy got in? Was it Yes Up before Sammy? I would assume they started a new publishing company.
Craven Soda. Yeah, I saw that question earlier. Sorry, I didn't answer. That's the word. The word was Eddie was really kind of infatuated with Patti Smythe and wanted to work with her. And the timing was when Dave left. So he thought of why not we just work with her. So he never thought about like, would it work for us? I think it was just what
she actually says she rejected him.
Yeah, she was like pregnant and she didn't want to move to LA. She had a bunch of reasons. So
What you call Patty?
There was definitely
Call Patty. Call Patty.
Yeah.
Hearing that story.
Give me your number.
I got her number, man. I'll call her right there from my.
I think they would have made some really cool music with a female singer. It would have been.
Sass Jordan would be great for Van Halen. Sass Jordan's got a great fucking voice.
Yeah.
What the hell's this?
Sorry, I'm cleaning up. I'm cleaning up Pepsi that my dog knocked over.
Ben Tom says, Patty said, Eddie, I'm already pregnant.
Oh no. Your dog drinks Pepsi?
No, but you know how Ace jumps up on my lap? cord from my headphones knocked over the Pepsi can, and it was like, and I looked around I'm looking around my room going, I don't have anything, my sock is in the washing machine.
Your sock.
Good. My sock. That's so good.
The sock that's usually kept under the desk.
Yeah. It's bogging down the washing machine right
I
now.
thought to myself, well, I could take this one off, but
My sock.
That's the funniest thing anyone's ever said in a long time. That's good.
Hey, Rosie.
it sucks because it's like Pepsi all over everything, including my new. I hope this still works. Yep, still works.
Don't get Pepsi in your sound machine.
Yep.
This guy's going crazy here. Watch, he's gonna jump. Watch this.
Jump,
Knocks over the
Ned.
knocks
Jump.
over the Wolfgang.
Watch. There he goes.
Ned,
Great
jump.
if he knocked the guitar over.
There he goes again.
What's that body there?
That's my guitar. That's
that's
my original. Yeah, I went and I got it. That's my original.
Nice.
Load sock.
That's my original guitar.
Load Sock sounds like a great name for a band.
Yes.
Is that a full size body, Johnny? Is that that's called the Fender Bullet, or is that
Yeah.
it's a little small?
They're thinner. They're like weirder.
It weighs like a pound.
But they're heavy though. They're heavy. Yeah, it's like plywood or something.
Yeah, it's definitely plywood.
Yeah, they're not great. Not great, but
Load sock.
Yeah, you definitely need to give that thing more life.
Do something with it. You got all kinds of. You always like to make a.
I want to turn it back into my first guitar. Because it'd be cool to have, to play like my first guitar ever again.
Oh, by the way, I talked to the Julian Goldberg from the MTV Unleashed.
Really?
He called me back, and it was really hard to understand him. Apparently, he had some sort of laryngitis or something.
Oh my goodness!
But he said he just worked at MTV and got his name on all the stuff. He didn't have anything to do with that project. So he told me that Renee was the guy to talk to. So I looked him up. I found his face.
Drove to his house this afternoon.
Oh yeah. Checked garbage. Yeah.
Did you get an address? I'll look it up on Google Earth.
No.
Oh my god!
By the way, I didn't look in your garbage, Renee. If you're watching,
I was in the backyard.
I already pitched him on the messenger for this show. So he's probably watching doing recon.
Finds the original cut of Unleashed.
I haven't heard back, but I sent him a message.
6-hour director's cut.
I hope he gets back to us. That'd be good. But hopefully, we're getting closer.
That'd be
That would
so
be cool,
fun.
man. That's good work, Caleb, man.
Yeah, Ben, I brought some zip ties. It was fun.
We need to see your credentials.
It's a joke. Didn't happen.
Did you? I was gonna. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's horrible.
Say it.
Come on.
Caleb was digging through his trash and he finds this.
No, that was in the recyclables.
No, Caleb went in. They weren't home, so he left that box in the refrigerator, hoping that he would see it.
Caleb, if you really want to start getting in touch with people, there's some other people from a lot of those.
There's
like
an app
Without
for
a Net. No, but it was like their lighting designer, the guy that I tried to get in touch with the guy that directed Live Without a Net. He's in your what is it, not Santa Cruz, wherever Caleb's from.
Santa Claus.
Where you? What city are you from, Kit? Can you reveal that?
Santa Poco.
Local.
Santa Poco.
Santa Barbara, something like that. Anyway, the guy that directed that has a representation in your city, Caleb. I've told you this before.
In your city.
Would you like to kiss me on the veranda?
No, lips will be fine. We can sew.
Oh my gosh.
But if you want to start tracking some of these guys down, go for it.
It's my turn.
So
Okay,
Randy Price asked about my JP15 over here, and he asked what I'm going to get. Oh God, what happened? What did I miss?
I don't know.
These comments are horrible.
Oh, they're awesome.
But Tom, I gotta show that. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh God,
Dreams kid.
so
Oh my god.
Renee's basement.
so he
Renee.
where is it? Randy Price, and he asked what I was going to get when I returned this one. I said the same model, and Randy says I've had two JP guitars, the silver JP13 and a JP15. He couldn't get either one of them to stay in tune, so he sold them both. Sucked because they played and sounded great. Yeah, this thing feels amazing. It sounds amazing. But
Probably got to stick to a locking tremolo with the 7-string, right?
dude, it has locking tuners, but I've heard, some
Locking
people
nut.
these things stay in tune. Oh, this thing does not.
Is there any options for a locking nut for that?
Can you show us?
Show you. Yeah.
How does it not go out of tune? Like what happens?
Why does it not go? You mean why does it go out of tune?
Where's the lick?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that bad. Low B.
Which one goes out of tune? The low B
Low B goes sharp as shit.
goes sharp.
Yeah, goes sharp.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Now it's a little better. Hey, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, see, the high E's flat now. And that wasn't much on this thing.
What kind of nut do they? Is it a bone nut, plastic nut, graphite? What is it?
It's some. So listen, that sucks. I don't know. It's got some weird material on this thing. But I mean, other than that, other than it not staying in tune, worth a shit.
Well, good thing that's not important for a guitar.
I know. Who needs to tune it, right? Other than that, I mean, the thing feels amazing. It really does. So, and obviously,
How's that tremolo? I mean, that's you like the Edge is your favorite. I remember.
Low
But
Pro, yeah, the Edge and the Low Pro. I mean, I don't think you can compete with those at all. They
right, and that's a non-locking too. It's more of a Strat style.
Yes, but I've heard people, I mean, here's the thing: Petrucci went from Ibanez with a Low Pro on his guitars to Ernie Ball, and he never had a double locking trem until what one was it? The JP 16 or whatever. 1 year, he actually put a Floyd on his Music Man guitar. But other than that, he hasn't. But if he's going from Ibanez to an Ernie Ball, he knows what it's like to have a guitar that does not go out of tune. But we tried doing all the I know everyone's talking about I did the nut sauce. I actually sent it back to Sweetwater once, and they filed out the nut and nuts, whatever. They said the next thing you know, they send it back to me, and I'm like, it still stays in tune worth of shit. So,
well, if it doesn't do what you want it to do,
well,
I've
read from other people online. I mean, it's not many, but in some of the forums and stuff, because that's what everybody comments with. It's the nut, blah, blah, blah. Strings aren't stretched out, blah, blah, blah. Well, people commented, said they actually shipped theirs back to Ernie Ball, and they said it was either the tremolo, something was up with the tremolo, like where it wasn't returning, where it was doing whatever. And then somebody else said it might have been the saddles. It was kind of vague on how, but.
Well, there's several different things it could be. I mean,
well, what they said is they replaced the bridge. This one person said that they replaced Ernie Ball. They didn't tell them, oh, it was this. Usually, I don't think a company usually wants to tell you that they made something that's defective or there's an issue with it. But I don't know.
We'll see. Stay tuned. Maybe you'll get the guitar of your dreams eventually.
Well, if it's not, it's going back.
Talking about dreams here,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, dreams and stuff.
But that's not when Randy's saying that he has two. Oh yeah, he said I've read of people replacing the bridge with the Godot trem and had better results. Huh. But yeah, it sucks to pay that much money for a guitar and have it not flawless.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Ernie Ball. They have their own custom tremolo, and this is it. It feels awesome. Just the bar is a little too short compared to an Ibanez. But it feels really smooth and fluid. But
if you tighten, I'm sure you've tightened the springs and tried. It must be right up against the. It's not floating at all, right?
Floating, yeah,
it is floating. Okay, it's tough with a floating bridge, a non-locking floating bridge. I mean, that's.
It's so disappointing because every Ernie Ball guitar I have is the best guitar I own. All the Ernie Ball guitars, they're just. Nobody makes a guitar like they do, and to hear that you're having this kind of issue repeatedly with a guitar is sad. You got to wonder what's going on there, because I've never heard anybody with quality control issues. I mean, obviously we've talked about the UV protection paint thing way back when, but that never affected the quality of the guitar as far as the playability and shit.
Yep.
Ernie Ball guitars are flawless.
Do you have Ernie Balls with a non-locking nut?
No, all mine have the Godot trem on them.
So, well, you're talking about two different animals then.
Yeah, really. No, I understand that. I mean, but I've never heard a complaint about an Ernie Ball guitar.
Oh yeah, it's always a quality factory. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they make like of all the boutique, and I still consider them sort of a boutique guitar manufacturer because they don't have it's all handmade and it's only a couple of guys in the place, and it's not like they have a huge assembly line and shit like that. Of all the boutique guitar manufacturers, Ernie Ball to me is the one I've never heard a bad word about, and the one that I would recommend to anybody.
But maybe there's something with the trem somewhere in the bridge itself, whether it's the maybe there's something where it's like they're what's the percentage that come back? You know?
Yeah, I mean,
if they make 10,000 of them, let's just throw a number out.
Yep.
Maybe a few hundred
and you get them all.
Yeah.
No, I mean, literally, Jay, it could be as much as, the low B string. It could be, one of the nuts, or the little screws used to keep that saddle in place. It could just be out of alignment just enough, or something could be stripped in the body. Who knows? I mean, sometimes shit happens.
Yeah.
But the good part about it is Ernie Ball and Sweetwater will make it right.
Right.
Unlike
other companies.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you can bet your ass that our buddy Jeff wouldn't be doing this.
No.
And you can bet your ass that the Beane Capital property, those guys wouldn't be making it right either.
No. Cheech says restring it. It's been restrung. When I got it, I had 10 to 56. I like 9 to 56.
I love, and respectfully.
And Sweetwater restrung it as well. And then,
respectfully, and I say this with no malice intended to anybody in the chat, it's not like Jay's a newbie idiot that doesn't know how to set up his guitars and hasn't thought of all of the things that you're suggesting. Don't get me wrong, not trying to be a dick, but you know what I mean? Like Jay, restringing a guitar, yes, that'd be the first thing I would do. Graphite the nut, yes. I mean, these are all basic things that, I mean, I'm sure Jay doesn't really want to send the guitar back. It's not like he hasn't thought of everything he can do to do it to try and save the aggravation.
Yeah,
you know
I don't
what I
want
mean?
to send it back because I don't want it. I want
If you
this
have
guy.
to fight it, if you have to fight any guitar, you don't want to, you have to fight it to keep it in tune or whatever.
Well, and
In
like
any
I said, I'm used to for X how many years? I mean, my first real guitar was an Ibanez, and I played them ever since. So
Yeah,
With the locking nut.
guitars that you literally have to try for them to go out of tune.
yeah, and the best mass-produced guitars I own are Gems. So, those high-end guitars, there's a difference. People talk about, what's the difference between a $300 guitar and a $1,000 guitar? Significant. It's significant. And the Ernie Ball guitars are even more expensive than that. So they're not going to build a bad instrument.
Is that the only 7-string they offer, Ernie Ball?
No, they got that one, and they have the Jason Richardson, but it's got an ebony board. I want the roasted maple.
It's a nice looking guitar. Definitely looks good.
I didn't like the Jason Richardson pickups. They weren't really my thing.
Who is that?
Jason Richardson. No, I know he's not one of the well-known guys. I guess he's really good. Just a shredder, legit shredder. Plays for All That Remains now.
Cool.
Hello.
But
So what kind of trem does he have on that one?
he's got the same
idea.
one as that, except it has that little extra plate thing that covers it. It's like a design thing, but I believe it's the exact same trem. Actually, the only thing different, I guess, would be the saddles, because this has a was it a piezo or piezo?
Piezo.
Yeah, I say both now because
Piezo.
Mike Piezo. So yeah, but other than that, man, I mean, it's just the.
By the way, some people have asked about it in the past, and I'll give an update. The LNG trade that I'm still trying to swing is actually a deal. The person I'm trying to get it from is going to California, I guess, this month to go get it back from their brother. I found out, Jay, you'll love this. It's an 87 LNG. It does have the Kaler copyright infringement, the heel cover on it for the trem. It's also still signed and numbered.
Whoa!
So it's number 21 of 777.
And when are you getting this?
Allegedly in the next month or so.
Allegedly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it's been months that I've been going back and forth. It's a straight up trade. I'm trading somebody for an 87 LNG gem for a slash Rosso Corsa Les Paul.
What?
Missed that too.
A slash Rosso. It's a Rosso Corsa Les Paul. It's a slash model that they made in 2013 in a special like a deep red finish. They only made 1,200 of them. And this person is a huge Les Paul geek.
Oh, okay.
And said they want it. And I'm like, oh, I'll give you my slash for that LNG. And they're like, sure. I'm like, all right. So straight up trade.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm just crossing my fingers and waiting for that thing to make its way into Arizona.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be so good.
Jay,
I mean, obviously it's a 34-year-old guitar, but
dude, they made them amazing back then.
yeah. And Ben Tom, you're right. A slash guitar that nobody but this person cares about. So God love him.
What were we gonna say, John?
Are there any other 7 strings that have a non-locking tremolo that you've played that you've liked, or
No, I've really only played.
I'm just one. I mean, it really sounds like it comes down to the non-locking tremolo. That
yeah, I think so.
but
I
they
mean,
should make it work if it's a high-end guitar, it should work.
You're friggin' A right. But shit, what was I gonna say? I played that shitty company's guitar that I had. I got a 7-string.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kiesel?
Yeah,
salmon colored one.
Yeah,
Well, you have a universe. Why would you need anything else?
I mean, you're right. And I have ORG that's amazing. I have 2 units.
I mean, when ain't broken. Yeah.
It's just Johnny and Dave got me on I need new guitars kick, and I haven't been able to stop.
Not me.
Oh, it's your fault.
Not me. I never get new.
No, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's just the fact of
your fault.
You guys got me. You know.
Yeah, but you've like it's like when you've already got such a good. I mean, the universe is as perfect a 7-string as can be made.
You're not wrong.
My
91 is just an amazing guitar. I think the reason why I like the Ernie Ball is because the profile of the neck is literally the same profile as my 91 Universe. Because I know that in an interview with either him or his guitar tech, John Petrucci, I'm talking about, he said something about, you know, I think it was John Petrucci. He said, I've played, you know, the neck on my 7-strings is maybe he meant all his guitars, you know, is basically the same neck shape and profile that he's used his whole career. When he didn't want to say Ibanez, but that's what he was referring to. So when he hasn't changed it. He's like, I still like that same, you know, neck. God, where am
I? Huh?
No, I think there's nothing wrong with Ibanez guitars. I know people like to rip on them because I think that's what happens when you're good. You know, everybody wants to knock the guy off the top, but unless all these great guitar players, the Paul Gilberts and the Steve Vai. Look, if Steve Vai plays it and Paul Gilbert plays it, it has to be good. Those guys are fucking demanding players.
And Nuno and Johnny Beane.
Satriani.
Dog fucking pulled the
Johnny Beane.
headphones out again.
Don't forget
Sorry,
them.
can't hear anything you're saying.
Meh.
That guy doesn't like Ibanez.
Guy doesn't like anything.
Randy Price says, what about the Angel Vivaldi Charvel? Not a gold hardware fan. I mean, it looks cool. That guitar actually looks cool.
You're talking to Jay here. He's got really particular needs.
And that color scheme.
He's got a particular set of skills.
I do dig with the gold, but I'm still not. Plus, does his have a Floyd on it? I don't know if it does. I think he has one of those. I could be wrong.
Who?
Angel Vivaldi.
He's
one of those freak guitar players too. But he's one who has, like, when his albums come out and his songs, it's got that super fake drums, man. I'm like, oh God, let me program drums for you, please.
Reach out to him. Tell him I can help you.
I've tried with they don't give a shit, man.
It's like
you
that
just keep doing it.
You guys were talking about last night.
Oh, we haven't even talked about that yet.
Hey, your drums sound like shit. Let me program them for you.
First of all, let me just say hello to I keep forgetting the guy's name.
We could throw Johnny off for the next 22 minutes.
What is the least used sound that we have on here?
Probably that one, right? No, or the drum roll, yeah.
Or the gun.
No, I use that one every Tuesday with Mancuda. I use the drum roll.
Oh yeah.
I would say the very least one that we use is the
bomb.
The bomb.
We use them all.
Probably the burp.
No, we use. I would say the very least one is that one.
Yeah. Sorry to sidetrack. What were we talking about?
Except in 20 minutes, we're going to use that incessantly for like 4 minutes and never end the show.
Yeah.
Let me just end it.
Let me just say hello to E flat 916. They sent in a picture and
Picture.
Yeah. This is something.
Catcher.
No. This is something that if you guys have a picture, look, they're watching us back there, and they got all their guitars and stuff.
Very nice. Sandy,
look at all the Charvels, baby.
Wow, nice.
Sandy mine.
Send in a photo. If you guys watching us with your guitars and everything, there's the number right there in the chat.
That blue one looks like Rico B's. Rico B has a great blue Charvel like that.
That is a nice collection.
Yep. Those Charvels are great.
Look at
Fucking Neander Bomber.
Neander Bomber.
That's beautiful. Funny now. Again. I can laugh now.
Oh, that's good. Name of the night.
I keep forgetting your name. Who did I say this was? E flat 916.
916, which is
E-flat.
I'm guessing it's E flat in Sacramento.
Oh, you know them.
I just know that 916 is the Sacramento area code.
Oh. Okay. Well, E flat, thank you for sending that in. And again, if anybody's watching this, feel free to text us a photo. Yeah, text us a picture, of the screen to prove that you're watching us, and with your guitars or your animals. Or
they have to
whatever.
prove they're watching us now.
Yeah,
that's the price of admission.
You want a picture of your clock in the background to make sure.
Today's newspaper in front of the
yeah.
screen,
like in Midnight Run. I want a picture.
Here's your E flat.
I know where they're holding the Duke.
I like that fluorescent orange one, man. Or is that a pink? The fluorescent pink.
Pink.
Yeah, the Cameron Cooper has one of those, and it looks killer as the captain.
Killer.
Awesome.
Like
Oh yeah, they're in Sacramento. Yeah.
Yeah. I lived in the 916, baby.
Let's get some other gear behind there too. What's that amp behind there?
Yeah, what all do you have? What else is in there? E flat.
Is that a
keyboard back there?
So is that striped on the Bumblebee up on the?
Oh yeah, the Bumblebee.
wall? I
just noticed that.
Is that an art series or is that a stripe series?
Hey, show that picture.
Well, hey, we just got another picture here. Somebody just sent in. Late breaking news. Yeah, we just got a.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
We just got a picture of somebody watching. And apparently they're in the show. Wait a minute. Wait, who is that?
I don't know what's going on there.
You're in the show.
You're in the. It actually says you're in the show.
That means
so you know, Caleb, you're welcome to participate.
You're in the show, but you're muted.
Not anymore, right?
I can hear you.
Funny
Caleb's
stuff.
watching the show.
Yeah, Caleb's watching.
Yep.
What happened to Abraham Lincoln? What is that?
Abraham Lincoln died?
When you're taking a test and everyone starts using a ruler and thought the answer was Abraham Lincoln. What?
Yeah, that was like an hour and a half ago, Johnny. Thanks for paying attention.
What is that?
I don't know. I read that twice, and it wasn't funny.
I saw that. Yeah, Kermit.
And then when I thought about it, I was like, "Oh man, that is pretty funny."
See, this is embarrassing.
Quotes with that Kermit meme.
This is embarrassing. I don't know who the weekend person is on my radio station this weekend, but why did they put this? Why did they put this up there? Does anybody not know this?
Why don't you call Caleb?
Hold it closer. Eddie played the
God.
Trem. What's that say?
Firing.
It's the fiery guitar solo on Michael Jackson's 1983 hit "Beat It."
Wait a minute. Really?
Yeah, I guess you guys didn't know that. Breaking news.
Wait, is that on Facebook?
Yeah,
you can hear him knocking on the door, right? He wants to get into the studio.
Everybody go comment and go, really? Wait, I thought it was Slash.
Yep. I don't know who that is who's on the air right now.
Let's call up. Let's call up on the air, Johnny, and tell them.
It was posted by Hootsuite. So somebody is just sharing somebody else's comment.
Hootsuite. Oh, well, that could be. Do you guys schedule a lot of your stuff too?
I'm guessing somebody does. Somebody in our
make it up as we go along.
Like a lot of professional. Not that we're not, but a lot of the professional people all their stuff is scheduled. Everything is like thought out and scheduled like in advance, you know. And so when you see it posted by Hootsuite, a lot of times that's like it was like scheduled.
Yeah, somebody probably scheduled it.
Well,
yeah, we've got.
Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but they probably would schedule it because every post has to be approved, right?
Well, there are certain people who are different levels of like admins and obviously authors and stuff like that. But we do have, you know, a department, an IT department or a social media department that will schedule stuff, things like that. If we're doing these theme weekends and shit like that. And my guess is we did the top 35 classic rock guitar players of all time this weekend because we're celebrating the 35th anniversary of the station, and we had people go to our website and put their top 3 in there. And I have the list.
What was the question?
You'll be surprised. Top 35 guitar players according to our listeners.
35?
35?
Holy shit, I'm getting everybody in there.
No, you can't. You'd be surprised.
37.
Top 35. Here we go.
I just need 3.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat. Let us know your top 35 guitar players.
Yeah.
No. We listed the top 35, but people had to put they put their top 3 in, and whoever get the votes, we count down 35.
So you hold on a second. You asked people to pick 3, and you ended up with 35 different guitarists.
Yeah, and we ranked them.
How? That's crazy. You got to tell me. There's probably about 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 of them that like got 1 vote or something. Somebody,
you know everybody on here, and there's a bunch of people that didn't get mentioned. Like people always when we did this on the show on Friday, and people were calling in. They're like, "Man, Rory Gallagher, Joe Bonamassa, Tommy Bolin." I'm like, no. And we eliminated guys like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai and we took them out because the masses don't know who they are. The masses, if you go into a room full of regular, your average radio listener.
Let's see that picture. Show me that picture.
So I'll count them back for you if you want to hear them. Blackmore was 35. Neil Sean was 34. Neil Young was 33.
Now it's a popularity contest because
that's essentially what it is. People voted. People just voted for their top 3. Neil Young was 33. Mike Campbell of the Heartbreakers was 32. Lindsey Buckingham 31. Mick Mars was 30. George Harrison was 29. Ace Frehley was 28. Tony Iommi was 27. The Edge was 26. Jeff Beck, Dwayne Allman, Mick Taylor of the Stones, Gary Rosington and Ed King as a duo, Sam Bora, Stevie Ray, Steve Miller, Tom Schultz, Joe Perry, Townsend, Santana, Knopfler, Randy Rhoads, Brian May, Lifeson.
Townsend comes after SRV.
No. Townsend is higher than SRV.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Lifeson, Angus and Malcolm, Slash, Billy Gibbons, Keith, Joe Walsh, David Gilmour, and the top 4 were Clapton, Page, Hendrix, and some guy named Eddie.
Eddie won number 1 though.
Yeah, he won number 1.
I mean, of course, that's all that matters.
Wow, this was a pretty special year for Eddie, so we expected him to jump over Jimmy this time around. But that was our listeners just guess their 3 favorite guitar players. A lot of people didn't even make it. Gary Moore didn't make it. Steve Vai didn't make it. Joe Satriani didn't make it. They didn't get enough votes.
I mean, that's weird, but I mean, from now on, Eddie is number 1. From now on, here on out. You know? I mean, he always was, but to me.
For maybe the last 3 minutes, and I already have a guy in the chat who's Caleb's cookie. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Caleb's cookie. That's great.
And yeah, Eddie should be one forever.
This was an interesting.
He is, and he will be.
Here.
Like I've said a million times on these shows that he has surpassed Hendrix now as, you know,
be
20 years from now, like the way we think of Hendrix, it'll be Eddie. You know, the legend. And we're very lucky, and Caleb especially, very lucky to have lived, you know, in his time. Right, John Biel?
That's right. Yeah, we're all lucky to have seen him live. You know, but this was interesting. It's got the 20 greatest guitar moments of Ed, and I disagree right away because number 20 is Live Without a Net solo spot.
Oh gosh,
What?
That should be top 5 easy.
Can't hear.
You can't. I'm sorry. It's got the 20 greatest guitar moments that Ed of Eddie Van Halen, and number 20 is Live Without a Net solo spot. So
Yeah, that's top 5.
I would say so.
So there's 20 of them?
I can go down the list if you
Yes.
want. We can do that.
We got 20. We got 5 minutes.
All right. Well, okay. So number 20 is Live Without a Net solo. 19 is Pound Cake.
These are just guitar solos?
Of Eddie's guitar moments, greatest guitar moments ranked. 20 greatest guitar moments of Ed ranked.
They already fucked it up.
Oh, I agree. But
That's all right.
That's what I say right off the bat. But anyway,
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not reading that backwards?
20 meaning the best.
Well, when we get to number 1, we'll see if we agree. Pound Cake, 18 Ice Cream Man, 17 Spanish Fly, 16 Drop Dead Legs. They're all over the place. 15 One Foot Out the Door, 14 Little Guitars, 13 Top Jimmy, 12 Girl Gone Bad, again top 5 probably. 11 Cathedral, 10 Mean Street, probably top 5 Mean Street. 9 Running with the Devil. 8
Where's
Unchained.
Pretty Woman in that?
We're getting there. 7 I'm the One. 6 Ain't Talking About What Love. 5 Ain't Talking About Love. Hot for Teacher. 4 Panama.
Nub.
2 3 Jump. 2 Beat It. Number 1 Eruption. So no Pretty Woman on there, and no Push Comes to Shove on there. So I mean they don't have the
No Feel So Good.
No Feel So Good.
I love that solo.
No crossing over.
Very little Sammy whatsoever. I think the only Sammy was
Pound Cake.
Because he had already
That's
done
it.
everything innovative by the time Sandy was in the band.
which is bullshit. Well, I don't agree with that. I think
Aftershock solo.
No, but he had already done all of his innovation before Sammy joined the band. So the rest of it was great, but it wasn't innovative.
What about the drill
that he took from Paul Gilbert?
Did you guys know I took a selfie with him?
No.
And this other guy jumped in as well. I don't know who he is, but
Juno or Pluto?
That looks photoshopped.
Udo.
oh
Yeah, it's probably photoshopped. Yeah.
no, I took 2. There's another one. I have 2 of them.
Is that right?
No, yeah, it's true. I photoshopped myself into that. Yeah.
I think those are the 2 guys that get the closest to the groove that Eddie has.
The actual guy. Hey, Cobra Kai, are you watching this? Cobra Kai, Photoshop over me. Photoshop this guy. Right, Cookie?
Okay.
Hey, Sherman. Good to see you, Sherman.
Ain't talking boot what?
Ain't talking boot.
Ain't talking boot love.
Looking penub.
Oh man, we got 2 minutes. All right, what do you guys think about that? What's their name? I got my notes from last night. Manika.
Oh,
That Manika song.
Manika.
I'm not going to say anything about Mancuda.
Did you guys hear about that?
Yes.
I had to bleach my ears.
Yeah.
This rap artist had sampled, and this is from the CD. It's not like a track. It's not like they got the track from the band. You can totally hear it's the beginning of like the single version of like "Don't Tell Me." And Anyway, this actually Nightbot still has them. So if anybody's still watching this, how do you spell it? Manica.
It's still not as good as when Two Live Crew sampled "Ain't Talking About Love" for the Fuck Shop. That was the best. And then they had to write a big check.
Was it Tone Loc?
Yeah, both Tone Loc and Two Live Crew had to write big checks.
Yeah, and the thing is, we can't find any writing credits at all for this tune. So anyway, again, go over, click on that since we're almost done. Yeah, head over there.
I'm guessing, was it Monica? Is that
Johnny? Just curious.
It's Manica. I saw an interview with her, and she said her name.
Great title.
If you go to a recording of "Don't Tell," what is it? "Don't Tell Me." What's the song that they pulled it from?
Yeah, "Don't Tell Me." At the very beginning.
So if you go to a YouTube recording of "Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do," how many views does it have versus Manica? I'm wondering. I wonder if Van Halen's is more than Manica's.
Of course,
so.
Because it's 20 something years since.
Yeah.
But no,
so I think the Manica one is a blip on anyone's radar.
Yeah, that's why I didn't hear about this for 5 years. That's what I'm saying is it's amazing. So nobody, you go to that video's comments, there's no mention about Van Halen at all. But anyway,
they knew they could care less.
Good.
Nobody knew, and anyway,
and
so
I mean, Johnny, I got to be honest, you're personally offended. I can feel it. I can hear it in your voice. You're like, oh, can't believe this. How dare she use this?
No, you know what it is. Well, you'd love to turn on these people who are fans of her music. Like we'd love to turn them onto a Van Halen song, which they would, if you had the opportunity, they probably.
They don't give a shit. The people that listen to those artists don't give a shit about Van
Halen. We can continue talking about this off the air because I've got some other ideas.
Okay, good night,
3 a.m. So it sounds like a good time.
So anyway, check that out. Leave comments on that video. Oh no, you found that button. leave comments.
Oh my God. Save us.
What's everybody doing?
I can't talk anymore. I'm getting yelled at.
Are you getting yelled at?
Go over to that video. Leave comments saying you heard about this on Johnny Beane TV and say, hey, that's Van Halen.
Shut up.
Leave those comments in that video.
In Canada.
Report the video.
I might go love a lesbian. Great title.
Yeah. Go over and check that out.
It's about goddamn time somebody goes and loves a lesbian one time, I say.
Hey now.
I'm gonna let the dogs out. Later.
He's letting the dogs out, man.
Who?
No, it's Paul. Paul.
B.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Hit that thumbs up before you leave.
Check
out Johnny's channel.
Hey, follow Nerd Halen. We're very close to 1,000.
Nerd Halen.
1,000 what?
Subscribe. I mean,
Thank you so much. John Bill, say thank you. This is your show. John, come on.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Tune into Johnny's other shows with Mancuda on Tuesday, Johnny and Jay on Friday, and again on Straturday night next week. Something like that.
Oh, gosh.
Ding. Bah. It's just me now. I don't know what to tell you. I think we're done. Have a great week. Have a great week, everyone. Bah. Can end it anytime. Anytime. Thank you.
Good night, John. Oh, oh, it's just us.
Just can't end it. It's just us. Did the other guys actually leave, or
no? They're looking at me.
oh.
Man,
You still here?
So how are
Go
you?
home. Good. I'm ready for it's 3:05 over here, so
oh man. Yeah, I need some me time.
Down. Yeah,
I need some me time. Oh, and by the way, speaking of this, I'm forcing myself to do the podcast now. So after every show, I'm doing it. So this is a podcast.
Do it.
Definitely. So subscribe to Johnny Beane Podcast, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Subscribe. All right. Good night, everybody. Love you all. See you guys next time.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, John.